Hey, Larry.
Thank you for watching Producer Mark's YouTube channel, coming to you live from Chicago. We want to welcome you to our morning talk show where our viewers can come and hang out or jump on the live stream and be part of the show. We cover a wide range of topics and no two shows are alike. Please make sure to subscribe to our channel, smash the like button and share our videos.
Good morning. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Pretty good. I think I just saw a new safety flotation device.
Holy shit! It was a long night last night, bro. We had a 4.5 hour show last night.
Don't remind me. It feels like it was 5 minutes ago.
Crap, holy crap! Yeah. Because I was here earlier at the studio, man, trying to work this shit. Because I don't have a camera at home. My camera is not really that good.
I got to pull my camera. I got to pull out the camera you gave me because I had that set up to do the streaming.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem. You take 2 years off and you forget how all this stuff works.
I do. I have forgotten so much stuff with this thing because I was thinking of going over to the other company. Easy much, mate. But I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now I'm gonna wait. I can't work fucking StreamYard, which I was a master of.
Yeah.
I am not gonna waste my time working on that. So
yeah, no,
that is a reason.
It's like viruses, over the years, I got really good dealing with viruses on Windows computers.
Right.
But then as time went on, I got fewer and fewer problems with viruses. And when it got to the point where I got one virus every 3 years,
right.
I forgot how I fixed it. It was like every time I got a new virus, it was like doing everything from scratch because it was so long in between.
Yeah. No, I stay. That's one of the main reasons why I stay away from.
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore because I haven't had a Windows virus in 6-7 years now.
Right. Yeah. See, I got away from PCs such a long time ago, and I went the route of the Chromebook. The Chromebook. Hello, the Chromebook.
The Chromebook. Yeah, like I said, I need real computers. No. Well, I need real computers to run business programs.
Let me take that back. I went the route of the what do you call that thing? The Mac. I'm a Mac guy. Hello, I'm a Mac guy, mate.
Yeah.
So with
the artsy kind of.
Macs don't have.
You're the kind of guy to put that Jaguar commercial together. All these artsy types.
No, why would you say? Why would you say something demented? Like
because I guarantee you that commercial was put together on a Mac. I bet my life on it.
Okay.
That Jaguar rebranding, that was all done. That was all done on iOS, my friend. That was not done on Windows.
I shall refrain from saying anything, but yeah, that thing was bad. Hey, bring up that charger info we were talking about.
Oh, okay. Let me see that. Let me find it here.
And I just figured out one thing because when we post a link over here, right? When we post a link. If I don't send you the link, if you just go to the Producer Mark channel and open up the stream, the link is pinned right at the top.
Oh, okay.
Yes. In case I ever forget or I send you the wrong link, well, the link is placed right on the. And guess what? I didn't even know how to do that.
I got your phone number.
Yeah. I didn't even know how to do that. Tan told me about that.
Yeah.
My God, my studio. I miss my beloved studio, man. I haven't been here in 2 goddamn years, man. It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah. No. Is the Archieverse up this early in the morning?
Oh
wait, JB is here.
JB. Oh, he's an officer. He's an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah,
he's an officer and a gentleman. I heard him yesterday on the stream with what was that? The franchise club. I was driving.
Oh, that's
yeah. I heard my man JB. You know, he's a good
Curly
man,
stuff.
man. He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
Yeah. Cool. You want me to bring up that?
Please, sir. Please, I would like you to bring up the goddamn Charger, Challenger, whatever that.
All right. I just remember when I'm sharing my screen, I got it full screen on my computer, so I can't see what you're doing at all.
Well, why don't you minimize your screen?
Because I'm not quite sure how to do that.
You are a nobody's.
Because I guess it's the choice I make. Maybe I'll try it now.
Hey,
because I've been choosing entire screen to share, so I have another choice window. All right, let's see if we can do this. Share.
Right.
No, but I do want to share the entire screen because I want to have more real estate to move my mouse around.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just do it this way for now.
Things I work with in a day.
I'm sorry?
Do you have any ideas how many screens I work with in a day?
Oh, about as many as I do.
How many do you got going on right now?
Oh no, you didn't say it correctly. You said how many screens do I work with a day?
How many? Sorry.
You have open at once.
How many monitors do you have working on right now?
Oh, I don't. I try to minimize how many tabs and screens and stuff I have open at once.
Minimize my ass.
All right, so
here we go.
You see the Dodge website?
Most powerful.
Art?
Yes, sir.
Do you see the Dodge website?
I see the Dodge website, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so they just put up the build and price. So let me see if I can find it again.
Let's do it. Build me an electric lawnmower. I mean, the Charger.
Yeah. I'm telling you, to me, this thing looks great. I would definitely wait for the 6-cylinder. What do they call their 6-cylinder engine? I keep forgetting. They have two versions of it.
I don't know what
the gasoline powered version is coming out probably next month.
They're bringing a gasoline powered Charger?
Yeah. You didn't know that? I told you that yesterday.
No, I thought they were only bringing out the electric one.
The electric ones are going to be called Daytonas. If it's just called the Charger, it's ICE. So that's so the electric one is being released now, and the gasoline one they changed their minds and they sped it up. They're gonna and the electric one is available in 2-door only for now, and then the gasoline one comes out in 2-door. Then the gasoline 4-door comes out.
I think the gasoline 2-door Charger, that's going to be a super hit.
Yeah, I do too.
Because people are finally going to put the 01 on the side, and they're going to put the Dukes of Hazzard stuff on the top. I mean, finally it's back.
Yeah, because it does have. Let's see the new one here. What? Come on. It took me back to the 2024, 2023 build and price. I know it's here because I was on this yesterday when I found it. So that's why I wanted to do. That's why I'm looking at it all on the big screen, because they hid the build and price tab on this. They're talking about.
Well, come down, brother.
I'm not coming down without reading everything because I forgot where the fucking tab for that is. Configure your Charger. See, it's not all the way down.
There you
go. All right. So they're going to have 2 models available. Well, this is the Scat Pack. This is the one they have out first, which is the one that's got slightly high. This is the mid-range model. So this has got there's a model above this and a model below it. There's the Dodge Charger, and then there's the Dodge Charger Scat Pack, and I forget what they call the level above it, but this is the one they have available now. So, and they did a beautiful job. Isn't this a beautiful job rendering the car on the website?
Yeah, it's an ugly fucking job. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, I don't like it.
Well, are you saying you hate the car? I'm talking.
No, I hate the design. I hate the fucking design. I hate.
I know, but that's not what I said. I said, isn't this a great job rendering the car?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's gorgeous with the way they got the light reflecting off of it, so you can really tell, what the color is like. So this is triple nickel, which is an old color. Yeah, and then.
I love how they come up with the fucking names. Triple.
Well, Dodge always had great names for the paint going back to the '60s. So that's white, and then we have, I think this is Destroyer. Yeah, Destroyer gray. So what do you think? Do you like black wheels?
I don't. Well, on this car, yeah, probably. Well, you're asking a crazy guy what I like.
Yeah, but in general, I've never been a fan of black wheels because you can't see the design if you're standing 5 feet away from them.
Right.
They have an option. They call these.
There you go.
Carbon. Yeah. See, this is what I like right here.
Shit, carbon wheels. Oh
no,
my God.
The color. No. No, and then the car would be another $40,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are called satin carbon. That's the color.
El satina di la carbone. Okay.
Yeah, and so, but
go to yellow, man. Go to the yellow. No, fuck black.
All right.
I don't like black cars. I've had too many black cars.
Yeah.
I can see people.
Yeah.
I can see people putting an 01 on the side in that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because look what they did here. Because the fenders are flared,
right,
without having the tacked-on look of the wide-body Chargers,
right?
Last year's model, and right here you get that Coke bottle effect like you did on the Dukes of Hazzard era Charger.
Right, but can I be honest? Can I be honest with you?
You just don't like the look of the car.
No. Can I be honest?
No. Lie to me.
Okay.
Make me happy.
I still think that people, the Mopar guys that are driving Challengers, they're not going to buy this shit.
Well, they're not going to get rid of the ones they have.
And how much is this, bro? How much is this?
You know what? They don't have the price here, but it's like
over 70,000, 80,000.
It's like, it's pushing 70.
Yeah, and by the time the dealer gets a hold of your balls, they're going to tack on another, dealer incentives on that.
Mark, they're not going to tack on shit because they're not selling any of them.
No, they do.
It's called supply and demand. Look, when this thing hits the dealerships, and they've already delivered. They delivered a handful of these a couple of months ago, and they put a stop sell order on it because they had problems with the programming, the computer programming. So the software. So what's going to happen is what always happens with a new model. There's a handful of guys, which like Jay Leno calls, guys with the more money than brains gang, and they want to be first on their block.
Right.
And they will spend $30,000 over retail just to be the first on the block. Yeah. But there is no demand for EVs right now. The guys are missing the Hemi. The car you're going to see marked up is the ICE version of this coming out next month or whenever it gets here. Yeah. But the EVs, no, they're going to be sitting around the lot. So hey, look, okay, well, explain this to me. I understand what you're saying about, the Mopar guys preferring, the Hemi, the 5.7 and 6.4 and the 6.2. Yeah, the supercharged one was 6.2, right? Anyway. Yeah. So explain to me why you got 2003s and 2004s filling up Dodge lots. They're unsold right now. You can do an inventory search, and it's like I just a few minutes ago when I got on the site, I went to build and price, and it took me to 2003 and 2004 build and price for Dodge Chargers. They're all over the place. So if those guys really were feeling that strongly about the V8s, the Hemis, do you think there would be as many of them laying around with discounts right now?
Right.
So, the market isn't as strong as people would lead you to believe, I think.
Yeah.
I
don't think it'll ever be strong.
Oh, I do. The economy goes up and down. I mean, you and I are old enough to have been through how many business cycles? I've lived through 3 real estate crashes. The last 2008,
Or maybe it could come around. Right now, everything has come to a screeching halt.
Yeah, it's funny. Forget about the design of the car. This is the best rendering I've seen on a company website when it comes to build and price, to really give you an idea of what the car looks like. They did a gorgeous job with these graphics. They really did.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think I like this color the best. What do they call it? After dark. This is almost like a teal.
Right.
And,
I like that. I like that color. See, I can see myself driving that car.
Yeah.
With golden wheels on it.
Yeah. I like these. I like the carbon, whatever they call them, satin carbon. But these are supposed to be satin carbon. The name for the color of the wheels drives me crazy. But and this one color here is late availability, ludicrous.
Right. I hear you.
That's a good name they came up with. So this is almost like the B5. Remember that color, B5? There was a color going back to the 60s, B5 blue. Right. Yeah, but I think the rendering is just stunning. Look at the reflections. This reminds me of. It reminds me of when the Pixar movie Cars came out.
Yeah.
And it's all digitally rendered, and and they have the cars driving down the main street in town at night.
Right.
With all the reflections from the lights in town and the buildings.
Right.
And you see this kind of stuff with the reflections moving around on the car.
Right.
So let's see here. Interiors, you got 2 choices for now. You got black, and you got red. Demonic Red. I like that name, Demonic Red.
See, just that fucking name will deter me from buying that car.
What, the Demonic Red?
Yeah. Let me say that again. Just that fucking name, demonic.
Yeah.
With the word demonic in it.
Yeah.
Will deter me from buying that fucking car.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that doesn't bother me, but I'd have a tough time. I tell you something. I wouldn't do it now, and I sure as heck wouldn't do it when my mother was still alive. But I could never have purchased a like a Camaro SS and showed it to my mom, because my mom was a Catholic survivor of Auschwitz.
Right.
You don't show up at home with, hey, Mom, look at my car. What does this SS on the grill mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's embroidered into the headrests.
Right. Because the Camaro had the Hennessy. What was it? The Omen.
The what? Omen. Yeah. I think that idiot Hennessy.
I mean,
Hennessy.
why do these car companies go demonic?
Well, that Hennessy, I don't consider. I know he builds that F5, but I consider John Hennessy to be a hack.
Pasta. Come on, Pasta. Hey, listen, when I was a kid, I used to watch this cartoon. Not a cartoon. It was one of those live action things. The logo for Pasta. Who's that? I know I used to watch it when I was a kid. Okay, he said work. He was an Iron Man. It's a Japanese.
One of those anime things.
Yeah.
Or was it a cartoon back then?
No. It was a Ultraman. Ultraman.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Ultraman. A man after my own heart. Very good. Very good.
So this is the only. They only have like one option listed right now, which is a sun and sound package. That's a sunroof, but it doesn't open. It's a glass roof, and it's tinted, and it doesn't have a shade. So it's so, I wouldn't get this package because the roof is heavier. The glass roof is heavier than a metal roof anyway.
Right.
But again, I'd wait for the 6-cylinder twin turbo, which is better than not having a gasoline engine.
Right. Yeah.
So my bet is a handful of guys will pay over MSRP for this EV,
they probably,
and then the sales will drop off, and the car they won't be able to keep in stock is going to be the gasoline powered one.
Yeah, they probably will, because when I remember when the C8 came out, and I didn't tell you this. My buddy, my brother, Posse, night streams are great. Oh, bro, they're gonna get crazier and crazier, right, Larry?
I'm sorry, the what?
Pasta is saying the night streams are great. So I'm telling him those streams are going to get crazier and crazier, because we're going to be coming up with the wackiest topics to talk about.
Are you saying we're going to influence the Archieverse? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying nothing about influencing the Archieverse. No,
you just said the stream's going to get crazier and crazier because of the topics we're covering.
Yeah, the night streams.
Are you talking about whose night streams?
Our fucking night streams, Larry.
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't say that, did you?
Are you looking at the screen?
I'm looking at you.
No, stop fucking looking at me. Look at the stream. What does it say? What did Pasta say? Night streams are great.
Okay, well, I thought you.
You gotta look at the screen, Johnny.
Yeah, all right. I just got back from sharing my screen. Yeah. Yeah, our night stream.
We're like Lucy.
Oh, that's the moon. I thought that was a fucking banana.
Where?
Night banana streams are great.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, I was thinking about it. No, I want to make the streams as wild as
Oh, you don't want that.
No, I do want that, brother. I do want that. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Both of us are not going to have a stream where we're going to spend 17 hours making fun of somebody. Are we going to do that? No, we're not going to do that. No. Are we going to spend 7 hours talking about somebody else's stream? No, we're not going to do that. Are we going to talk about 7 hours of watches? Fuck no, we're not going to talk about, well, we may talk about watches, but not for 7 hours. So I want my streams to be totally off the rack. So people, when they come on, they have no idea what the fuck we're talking about. We could be talking about motorcycles. We could be talking about cars. We could be talking about conspiracy theories. We could be talking about landing on Mars. We could be talking about any goddamn thing that we think is cool. So that's what I'm trying to say here.
Pick a topic, any topic.
Because without and I'm very strict on this, where we're not going to mention ever anybody's universe, anybody's whatever verse, multiverse, universe, whatever, anybody's name, what they do. But some YouTubers, God bless them, they do watches. Some discuss more watches. Some YouTubers, God bless them, also discuss other YouTubers that are discussing watches. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that shit.
Yeah.
And we're not going to mention nobody's anything with the word verse in it. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to.
I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. Nobody's verse, nobody's anything. We're not gonna mention anybody by their name or by what they do or whatever. The viewers, the viewers. If anybody wants to jump in, fucking awesome. If they don't want to jump in, fucking awesome. If they want to sit back, relax, enjoy, and see us make a fool of ourselves, hey, that's awesome too, right? Right, Johnny, Commander Johnny.
Yeah, or even fools of ourselves, plural.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Did you see that Monday morning Chit Show with producer Mark and Commander Larry? Did you see that? That's the title. Open forum, yes. Open forum, yes. Right now, the hottest topic is Syria. What is happening in Syria? What are you thinking? I'm thinking Syria is the next Iraq.
I'm sorry, the next Iraq? I don't think so. I think
I could be wrong. That's what a forum is all about. Somebody says something, the other one.
Did you see the video of the grand reopening of Notre Dame in Paris?
No, I haven't seen the reopening.
You should watch the clips. In fact, you should bring some. You should see how there were a bunch of world leaders there, and you should see how they're treating Trump and how much respect he got. Everybody lined up to shake his hand.
Right.
You know, it's like daddy's back in town to take care of shit. And I think all this crap is going to calm down. In fact, a lot of it calmed down right after he won the election.
You know what the funny thing is?
How many countries on the 6th and 7th of this month or last month? How many countries voluntarily came out? How many countries in the Middle East voluntarily sent messages? Oh yeah, we're looking for peace. We want to put an end to this conflict. We don't intend to do anything. You know, just don't. You know, that there's a new sheriff in town. Okay, and you know, as crazy as some of these people are that run these other countries, like North Korea. We haven't seen anybody.
How do you like this? Let's bring some watches. How do you like this? This is the Rolex. Yeah, Rolex. Remember this one?
Let me get. So I was poking around looking for something. Let me get back on.
Me dead. My goddamn.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. You see that one?
Yeah.
Remember this? This was what, $8,000?
Oh, it was more than that.
Yeah, but this is the Pagani.
Yeah.
Fuckers did the same thing. They did the same thing. Yeah. I like it because of I like it because of the
what's cool about that is it's got that, I forget what Rolex calls that.
You're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. You know what this is?
Well, turn it to the camera a little bit more.
You know what this is? Jesus.
Yeah,
that's you know what this is?
Yeah, that's which one? Well, again,
it's nothing. Yeah. It's blank inside. It's blank. This is one of those Amazon finds. Look at that son of a bitch. Just look at it. Look how the fuck did they make this thing?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, those watches are, people who think they know watches will see that on your wrist from 10 feet away and think it's the real thing. Right, which is that was the reason for buying this stuff.
This by the way is my favorite watch. This one right here. This my buddy he bought it for me because he knows I like these watches. It's like IWC, but it's not IWC.
Yeah,
This is hold on, what is this? It's got a copper back. It's got your Buffalo Bill thing in the back. Can you see it?
Well, I can see something in the back.
Yeah. I lost the thing. I lost the fucking. I don't have an extra link for this AP looking son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to wear it on a leather strap, I can send it your way.
Yeah, I'll try it.
These ones. I have extra links.
Did I tell you? Here's how I found out how full of shit people are when it comes to watches.
Full of shit. People are. I did not know that people are full of shit.
15 years ago, when I moved here, I bought a watch. I bought a couple of watches.
Keep talking. I'm just
at Costco in Billings, Montana, in 2005. Right. I bought a Swiss Army watch.
Right.
And I bought a Casio radio controlled watch, with the rubber band and all that stuff.
Hey, hold on. Remember last night I was telling you I have that Leatherman thing?
Yeah.
The one that I bought fucking 14 years ago because of that grip boy on the Batman movie.
Yeah. Did you bring that?
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's $142. What did they call that model?
This is the Leatherman Signal.
Signal, yeah.
Yeah, this I carry this with me all the time.
Yeah, it's great, but it's just I can't pay $142 for something like that. Well, let's put it this way, I
See,
won't.
there you go, Leatherman signal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love it.
So I have a couple of waves, but anyway, so I had this. Um,
Yep.
God, that bell, fuck.
Yeah.
With no sleep in that bell.
Fuck! I dropped it.
You want to swallow that bell? And
My whole studio is upside down, man. Upside down.
So I just wanted to give you an example of
please
how much regular people know about watches. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have this Swiss Army watch, right? And it's stainless steel bracelet. And so I had it for like 10 years.
Right.
And the bracelet's got some scratches on it and everything. It was $100 watch when it was new. And so one day I'm watching television, or one night I'm watching television, and I just take out my my Meguiar's metal polish and a microfiber cloth, and I just start polishing the whole watch, including the bracelet. Okay. And I'm doing this while I'm watching a movie on TV. And at the end of the movie, I got a watch that was as shiny as a brand new Breitling, right? So I put the watch on, and my friend sees me wearing the watch. And my friend, his grandfather founded Michigan National Bank. The guy has some nice, expensive watches. And he sees this watch on my wrist from 20 feet away. Oh, what kind of watch is that? What kind of watch? And I go, this is my old Swiss Army watch, right? I take it off and I give it to him. And he's looking at it, and he said, "Hey, can you do that with one of my watches?" And the next day he gives me one of his old beater watches, and I polish that up. And then our friends see both of us wearing these watches, and everybody who knew us, "Hey, what kind of watches do you guys have? Are those Breitlings or those Rolex?" So the only thing that impresses the average punter out there is how shiny the goddamn watch is.
Right.
I guarantee you, if you take the cheapest, you take any of those watches you just showed me, and you spend an hour polishing them with just regular metal polish that you use to detail your car, you'll get more compliments than wearing a brand new Rolex.
Yeah. Oh no, I
it is ridiculous. Hey, I got a quiz question for you.
Yeah.
Name the aircraft that's been flying longer than any other aircraft.
The what?
Which military airplane has been in service the longest, in continuous service?
To be very honest with you,
I'm sorry?
I have the answer on the tip of my tongue. Do you want to know the answer?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
I have no fucking clue.
The B-52.
The B-52. Is that the Stratofortress?
Yeah, that's what it is. 8 engines.
So I did know. I am plenty smart.
Yeah, but get a load of this. I think the prototype first flew in 52. So that makes it 72 years old.
Fuck.
So that means like what, 3 generations? I've seen interviews with current pilots whose grandfathers flew the goddamn things.
Some bitch, ain't that some shit? But hey, I want to show you something while we're on the. And I know some watch bootubers are probably going nuts. I'll be honest with you, I really liked the OP, the Rolex. It is, I think, called the Oyster
Perpetual.
Oyster Perpetual, right? Now they had the Oyster. No, it's not the fucking Oyster Perpetual. It's the other one. The other.
They just.
No. That model that I showed you. What was that?
Oh, fine.
Rolex Autism Watch. Rolex Autism Watch. What was it?
You got to remember, I was never a Rolex guy.
Oyster Date Precision.
Rolex isn't for guys like you who used to hang out in Abu Dhabi and do reporting for CNN.
Is that called the Rolex? The Rolex. Hold on. Okay, it's called the Rolex Oyster Date, right? On a I think it's called the Rolex.
No, it's not Oyster Date. No, because Rolex, because Oyster. Okay, here's what I know about Rolex. Oyster refers to the waterproof case. Okay.
Hold on. You're talking to a guy. You're talking to a guy that's really not into this watches. All right. So all I know is that this motherfucking watch is called the Rolex Oyster Date. That's all I know.
Oyster Date. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know these fucking watches have so many fucking names. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I really like the design of the Rolex Oyster Date.
Yeah, this is surprising to me that you would like a design as simple and clean as this.
Exactly, simple and fucking clean. But these are old ones.
You know, the only thing that bugs me is they put what does Rolex call that little magnifying lens over the date?
The Cyclops.
Yeah, the Cyclops. You know, that watch is, you know, you look at that watch, you know, and it's got this lump on it. Looks almost like a cancerous growth to me, you know, the Cyclops.
Well, this one doesn't have it. Well, anyway, my
friend.
Of
course it has it, Mark. You can see it.
Fucking Christ, Larry. I'm talking about the watch that I have. I'm not talking about the Rolex fucking Oyster.
You're not talking about the one you have on the screen. Okay.
No, fuck the one on the screen. I'm talking about the one that I have.
Thanks for confusing me.
Hey, somebody said, you know what somebody said? He said, "Hey, you know what? You guys sound like Lucy and Daisy."
Yeah, Lucy.
But hey, I love this.
I think it's more like Jackie Gleason and what's her name? You're going to the moon, Alex.
Going to the moon, Alex. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to, because I never really showed it to you. I showed it to you in pictures, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tell you a fucking story. Listen, I'm a movie maker, so I gotta build up that fucking story to bring it up.
Yeah, you're not a writer. I know that.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking writer. I have people that fucking write for me. Anyway.
I know the feeling.
So I liked when I was at the Rolex place here in town. You know, the manager, the owner is a very good friend of mine.
Yeah,
he's a great friend of mine. He's such a great friend of mine that I actually put him on the cover of one of my magazines. And I will show you that magazine once we're off screen, because it's in here and it's right behind me. But I don't want to bring it up because it has all his personal information.
Yeah.
And my childhood friend, she is the district manager for Rolex.
Yeah.
So we were on lunch, and I was telling her about the Rolex Oyster Date because I saw a video. I think it was either CRM or Roman Sharf that they had a whole tray of these Rolex Oyster Dates in red and orange and pink and green and in that autism colors and the teal and then the one with the Arabic numerals. And she was like, "Oh, Mark, those are I mean, we have the newest ones," and I think they were retailing about $8,000 a piece, between 6,000 and 8,000. This was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The last time I spoke with her was about a week ago, just catching up on, hey, how you doing? We got to meet. We haven't met. She got married for the 7th time. So she wanted to go out and, with her husband and everything. I said, yeah, sure. Right. Let's do this,
Yeah.
I think people marry her because she's the fucking district manager for
Rolex. Yeah.
But anyway, she's very.
Well, I think there are a lot of guys on YouTube who would marry her just for that.
Right. She's very, very beautiful. And she told me, Mark, anytime you need anything, because she carries with her.
Well, I tell you what, Mark. Even though I'm not a Rolex guy, not you mention that to me. When I get around to going back to Chicago and driving by the old.
I tell you what. Shut up,
I'm
Larry.
going to save up enough money, and you can introduce me.
When you come up here and we go there, I'll tell you what. Both of us will buy a Rolex.
Yeah, okay, you got it.
I'll fucking buy one.
Yeah, now, see, this is the only way I would buy a new Rolex if I know an insider like you who's got a real connection.
So and here's the thing, I'll buy it and you can film that thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll put it up on YouTube on our unmonetized channel. How does that sound?
Yeah, there you go. and then you can switch it out for one of your Paganis, and I'll film you smashing it.
Yeah. God damn it! I'm trying to fucking tell you the whole thing. So I'm looking at that thing, and she goes, "Yeah, whatever one you need, Mark, you tell me whatever you need, and it's done. Whatever you need. I mean, we've had a great relationship over the last fucking. She's known me over the last 40 years.
Yeah,
you know."
Your favorite Rolex would be like that Oyster Date?
Oyster Date. I like the Oyster Date because of some of the designs that they have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always been a chronograph guy, so I think out of all the Rolexes, I'd like a Daytona. I had a Submariner, but you know what happened to the.
Brian Tony is saying, please don't steal Archie's leads. Sir, we're not stealing nobody's leads. What leads are we? What person in the right mind is going to end up on this channel to watch us? First of all, forget about the leads.
Or what person in his right mind would want a lead from Archie?
See, there you go again. Did I just tell you fucking 2 minutes ago? Nothing negative. I just told you that fucking 2 minutes ago. No, it's all cool. No. We are from the Archie Worse. Shit.
Did you just call it the Archie Worse? WORSE?
Yeah, exactly.
We call it the Archie Worse.
Archie worse, not the
Glenn Ross leads.
No. We are here, and we get people from not people. We get friends and loved ones from Archie.
They're not people.
Archie's.
Did you just say the leads are not Archie's leads?
Can you let me finish, Larry? Can you let me finish? We get him with Archie's blessing, so it's all good. We love that. We have our own shtick going on here.
I'm pretty sure you just called Archie's lead. You said Archie's leads are not people.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you saying?
Play back the tape. Yeah, that's what you said.
What?
You said Archie's leads are not
loved
people.
Ones. Larry, are you trying to fucking tank me or what? What are you doing? What the fuck am I talking about? Hey, you want me to start talking Chinese with you or something?
Yeah, well, I'll start talking Polish. We'll be even.
I'm saying.
What are you saying?
We're getting the in the night we get the people from Archie.
Yeah, the night crawlers.
Yeah. So we get him with Archie's blessings. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, Archie
I don't call them people. I call them friends and loved ones. That's what I'm referring to them as.
People, man.
I don't talk fucking negative or double innuendos about anybody. People know that shit. But on my channel,
what's the line from the movie? Stolen Green is people.
Yeah.
That's the line, yeah.
Right. It's actually Glenn Ross.
Yeah.
Glenn Gary Ross. Yeah. I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty close to if anybody's ever been in sales in a professional environment. Not that what was in the movie was a professional environment, but that's pretty close. It's not as close as some of the other. A couple of those Wall Street.
I still haven't finished what the fuck I was talking about, the Rolex fucking Oyster Date. You do know that, right?
Okay, what you have to do is learn how to lead with the headline.
I'm trying to lead, but you keep bringing up something else.
What is the headline? What are you trying to say?
I forgot what the fuck I was trying to say.
See?
I forgot.
That's why you need me.
So anyway, I was sitting with her, and we were talking about different watches, and I do like the Submariner.
Yeah.
I had one, and I lost that one, and after that, I just didn't. You know, in my job, I come across a lot of people that are financially well off, that are struggling, that may not have a lot of money, and you're working with them. And what I'm trying to fucking say over here is sometimes it kind of gets overbearing. You're trying to tell them what to do. You're working on the same project, and you got a fucking Rolex on your hand. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
in most cases that's a fucking problem because unless you're like for example, if you're an oil company executive and you go into a meeting and everybody else is an executive, they're all wearing Rolexes. But if you're trying to sell something to somebody, okay,
yeah. If I'm going out here, let me fucking finish here, man.
Let me finish.
If I'm fucking going out trying to sell advertising to Commander Larry, right? At Larry, Larry's,
you show up with a fucking Rolex, I'm going to think you're charging too much.
I show up with a fucking Rolex at your garage selling you automobile advertising. You're going to look at my hand.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll tell you what happened one time. I walked into the place, right?
Yeah.
And the guy, he's wearing the Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay. He's wearing the Hulk, and I am wearing. Hold on. He's wearing the Hulk, and guess what the fuck I'm wearing?
Your Submariner.
No. See,
your $60 Hulk.
Hold on. Let's get this. Let's get this. I'm wearing this.
Yeah. That's what I'm wearing.
This. But Invicta. It's automatic. It's a beautiful fucking watch.
And
he thought I was wearing. He thought I was wearing this. Now the thing with Rolex owners, okay, is you go in with a Submariner. What's the one higher up than a Submariner?
Oh man, I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay, there may be one higher up than a Submariner.
GMT.
Okay, no, and listen, Larry, listen to fucking me. There may be a model. We're using an example here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to talk in a way that people can understand what I'm trying to get into. But if you cut funny jokes into it, they're not going to understand that, and they're going to think I'm trying to make fun of fucking Rolexes. That's what I'm trying to say here. So if I walk into your place, you're wearing a fucking Hulk. I'm wearing one. I'm wearing a model more expensive than yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a comparison of the size of dicks.
Yeah. You don't want that in a sales situation.
You're going to be like, wait a minute. He's coming here wearing a James Cameron, because I think James Cameron is probably more expensive than a regular Submariner, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to sell me fucking advertising, you motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'll tell you a true story.
Don't tell me a fucking true story. Let me finish what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Well,
so I walked in. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I walked in. So this guy's wearing a Hulk. I walk in. I'm wearing fucking this thing. And the guy, and I could see his eyes transfixed on my watch.
Yeah.
And I knew, the funny thing.
Yeah.
It was at that point I knew that everything was going sideways.
Yeah.
Where is the blue wrench of pasta? What?
Yeah.
Pasta didn't get a wrench? Why not? Hold on, Larry. Let me get these guys the wrenches here. No, I think this is a pretty cool topic. So his eyes got. I'm going to talk and do this at the same time, so bear with me, guys. So his eyes got transfixed on my watch, and I knew at that time that the sale is as good as finished, right? So I interjected. I said, "Whoa, Mister So and So, sir, that is not a what you have there is, what you have here is something out of, something great. Of course, I had to say something really cool. Pasta. First of all, let's get Pasta a rent. How do we get how do we even give a rent? How do we do the wrench? How do we do that?
You're asking me? I don't know.
Can somebody fucking tell me how we can do a wrench? How do we give wrenches? How do we give a wrench? How? Can somebody tell me that, please? Because when that was 2 years ago. Pasta.
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me how we can do wrenches?
Yeah, here's what I do remember.
Brian, hold on. Brian is asking. Lux has a wrench here. Hold on. Where's Brian? Lux says
right-click on pasta name in chat. That's how you give them a wrench. Right-click on pasta's name in the chat.
In what chat?
In the chat.
I am in the in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, do it right-click, or no, you can do it. I think here. On the private chat, right-click on Pasta's name in the chat to give him a wrench.
What fucking chat I'm talking about? In the private chat? He's not in the private.
Right in the private chat. I see him.
There's nobody in the fucking.
Well, in the regular chat, whatever.
Yeah, but where does it say give a wrench? I never did this. Somebody that was with us 2 fucking years ago.
Brian Tomei is just, you asked him. And Brian Tomei replied, right-click on Pasta name in chat to give him a wrench.
We're clicking on right name on Pasta name.
Yeah, take one of Pasta's comments in the chat and right-click on the comment.
Okay, I clicked on it, and it says back, reload, save as, print, cast, search with fucking Google Lens. So what? That's what I'm fucking trying to ask. Oh, hold on. So here is channel activity. Go to channel, replace pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, add as a moderator.
There we go. That's the wrench, isn't it? Moderator.
I don't know. I'm asking the guys over here. Brian, left click on his comment. Okay, brother, and then do what? Can you tell me what do I do?
I think it's the moderator option.
Hold on. Do you know? Do you know that for sure? Add as a moderator. All right.
What did I say?
I know. hey, for the people out there that don't know this, you do know that's a shtick, right? That's our shtick over here. Me and Larry. That's what we do. All right, hold on, Larry. Let me do this. Add as a moderator. Okay, here we go. Okay, Pasta is a moderator.
Yeah, and do it for Brian too.
Brian is. I think everybody had a fucking wrench. What the fuck happened?
You went away for 2 years. That's what fucking happened.
That's what I was famous for. Everybody had a wrench over here. JB, where's my JB? JB, what the fuck is going on here? Everybody had a fucking wrench.
I think what's going on is you forgot how to read. That's what I think is going on.
Yeah, something is going on. Top chat, live chat.
Yeah, okay. I see a wrench next to Pasta's name. Now go for Brian.
You see it? I did Brian. I
don't see a wrench on Brian's name, but I see one on Pasta's name.
No, maybe.
Brian has to post another comment because
okay.
I only see there we go because the wrench only it doesn't go back and the wrench on the previous comments. Okay, you got Brian. You got
Brian. I got Brian. I got Brian. I got Pasta. Okay, JB has gone up all the way, and I cannot get to it. So unless JB posts another,
you can scroll up on the comments.
I cannot scroll up. It's not allowing me to fucking scroll up.
Well, I can scroll mine.
Here, hold
on. I'm not even a moderator.
Let me show you.
Yeah, I scrolled up. JB's comment is the first one.
I know you scrolled up. JB's comment is the first one. Here.
Yeah, there's a vertical scroll bar.
I know there's a vertical fucking scroll bar. I'm going to that page. Here I am. Do you see that? Do you
there
see?
We go.
Yeah, where? I can't go higher. I'm all the way up and all the way down. I can't go higher than that.
That's all the way.
That's what I'm trying to say. I see. Look at this fucking thing. This bar has reached all the way up. You understand that?
That is bizarre because
Yeah,
that's
I
not what I'm
don't give a
seeing.
fuck if it's bizarre. I cannot go higher than that, brother. And here I am. The last one I got is Brian got it. Okay, JB also requires a wrench. I know Brian, but I can't see JB's. I personally can't see because it's a
Yeah. Oh, I'm
fucking
just
bar
letting you
here.
know. JB was the first
He
comment
was
this
the
morning.
first one.
So,
He was
yeah.
there even before we started, so I
Yeah.
know that. And I know my JB. All my friends had a wrench. Where the
Yeah.
fuck did the wrenches? What I want. I want to know that. I want to fucking know that right now. Unless I'm calling, I'm calling a fucking congressional
Oh,
hearing.
Brian writes, remove the pinned comment, then you can see JB's comment.
All right, here, hold on. Remove, unpinned message. All right. Oh, here we go.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Add as moderator. All right, there we go. All right, good. JB got a comment.
There.
See, guys, if there's anything you guys have to let me. I am as educated in this fucking thing as a golden doodle. Okay, so you got to go baby steps with me on this, son of a bitch. All right, so let's pin the link right on the top in case some lost soul wants to join us. So here.
I think you've achieved your goal because Jay Graysweater just posted too many wrenches there.
Where? Yeah. Jay Graysweater saying too many wrenches here, considering he has a wrench himself.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
If there's anything, hey, listen, man, listen. This is one channel where everybody is a friend. All right, everybody's a friend. Everybody's a friend.
Hey Jay, what's Jay Graysweater? What's the weather like where you're at? Because here in Cody, Wyoming, I'm going through the warmest December I've experienced in 20 years. Right. It's 35 degrees Fahrenheit right now, heading up to like 50, and I still haven't put the snow tires and wheels on the car yet. Because every time I look at the weather forecast, there's another week of high 40s to low 50s. 3 feet of snow. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting. What? But you're not getting anything like that in Chicago, are you, Mark?
Please. I thought you were my friend here. Why are you wishing snow on us? Why the fuck are you wishing snow on us? Why are you doing that?
No, I said you don't see that.
I thought you were my brother, Larry. I thought you were my brother. No, we're not getting no fucking snow. Please don't even say the word fucking snow, man. That's a dirty fucking word, man. That's a dirty fucking word. I've got a van that's front wheel drive. Oh, by the way, I did stop over day before yesterday to look at a van.
Oh, so it's something for a potential conversion or another work?
No,
van?
Something to fucking drive for now, and then slowly and gradually maybe go into a potential of the something like that. So anyway, coming back to this Rolex Oyster date. I like these watches, so she was asking if I want to buy one. And I said, how much is it? She goes, 8,000. I said, fuck, I don't have 8,000 right now. But anyway, the story passed. I go to the place, and my friend was, oh, why don't you wear a Rolex? And this is what I was trying to explain to him, like we're talking right now, that when I walk into a fucking place to sell see, when you're a publisher of a magazine, people think it's all fucking it's all cool and wow, man, they have no fucking idea that you have to come up with the concept. You have to sometimes shoot the content. You have to write the articles, or you got to find.
Whoa.
Hold on, Larry. Larry. You're like fucking Finland over here. You're calm down, as I was saying. Or you got to find a brother that lives in fucking Wyoming.
There we go.
Writes articles for you. So then you got to compile. See. You can send the fucking article to me. You know what I'm saying? That's very easy.
The funny thing is that
No. Let me finish the fucking
Yeah.
funny thing. The funny thing is, I gotta do the typesetting. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
do the layout. I gotta match the pictures that go with the article.
And
I
you got to
gotta
get the advertisers.
then I got to get the advertisers for it. Then I gotta finish the main copy for it. Then I gotta convert because we shoot in. Here's another thing people fucking don't understand. A lot of the magazine photography is done in RAW. Okay, we just don't fucking go out with a fucking camera or an iPhone, take a picture. You're
not shooting JPEGs.
No, we're not fucking shooting.
Yeah, we shoot RAW.
Exactly. We shoot RAW, then we come here. So I have to shoot the images in a very calculated manner where I know exactly what the fuck I'm using.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get that done. We export the folder, then we check for spelling mistakes. We check for color bleeds. We check for fucking 30,000 other discrepancies. Then finally, the final product is sent over to the publisher, the printer, where he goes through everything. And you have and the other thing people don't fucking understand is it's not just RGB. There's a thing called CMYK.
YK, yeah.
Okay. Would you like
where,
to tell people
where
what
black is not black?
is?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
If you want to print black, you don't choose 00000,
right,
because it won't look black. Yeah, there's all kinds of I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but what exactly do you choose? I don't know that.
I got the formula written down, but it's not pure black.
It's not 00000. I know that.
Yeah.
I learned that. Remember?
Yeah, I made a note of it. Well, I just made a 4-color, printed on 11 by 17.
I got a
no,
I got a little fucking what do you call that thing? I got a way around it.
Yeah, well, no,
I got a way around it. I found the way. Well, anyway, that's the last part. So when everything is done, the magazine goes to print, and 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 60,000 copies, depending on what event we got coming up. So yeah, it's not a fucking joke, man. It's not a fucking joke. So
then you have to deliver the magazines to all of your advertisers.
Then we got distribution here. So okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fucking joke. I do it for the love of it. I've been doing it a long time, and I'm a one-man show because I cannot trust anybody because it's very easy to get employees, but it's also very easy for them to fuck it up. I have seen people lose their business because the owners had a fantastic relationship with the customers, and they hired some overzealous fucking punk that destroyed that relationship.
Yeah.
With one funny comment to a guy that's been supporting you over the last 20 years. I lost a very big client because I hired this son of a bitch, right? And I told him, I said, just like I do here on fucking YouTube here. I tell people that are on the panel with me that, guys, please, we do not talk negative about any son of a gun out there.
Except for gotcha.
Except for nobody. We don't do that. And in real life, it's the same thing. I do not put anybody down. It doesn't work that way because I have seen when the shoes are reversed, man, and it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. Well, anyway, this guy, and I told this punk, this was fucking 12 years ago. I remember because this guy, son of a bitch, looked like Adrian Brody, right? The girls loved him anywhere he went. I mean, he's getting a lot of business because all the secretaries loved him. He was Adrian Brody. And when he came to me, this son of a bitch didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I called one of my friends at the Men's Warehouse, who we did a lot of commercials for, and photography shoots and everything, modeling shoots. I said, listen, I'm sending over a person that works with me, and he doesn't really have a suit. So, hey, you know what? He goes, Mark, we'll hook him up, bring him, send him over. So we sent him over. They gave him 2 suits, 2 dress pants, 2 shirts, 5 ties. Okay, so he can be nice and presentable because in America, everybody, even me, just look at me, jeans, jacket, baseball hat. That's what we are. But when you're in a business environment, you got to look good. You got to dress up the part. I bought him a phone. I bought him everything. And this motherfucker was the biggest fucking backstabber. He just didn't stab me in the back of my back, right? He shoved that blade up my ass and twisted it.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did he do that? Every fucking place that this motherfucker went, he was talking to people that have been supporting me for years, like they were shit. You cannot talk to people like they're shit, man. I hate that shit. That's my pet fucking peeve.
Yeah.
So I told him, and I gave him a warning. I said, bro, you can't do this shit. Bro, you can't do this shit. Finally, I had to sit down with him. I said, bro, come on, man. You're fucking up the business here. These are my friends. They are hesitant now in giving me business. So they're slowing down on advertising. They're slowing down on stuff. And I spent all my life building these bridges. So anyway, finally, this cocksucker found himself a job working for me in a magazine.
Yeah.
He found himself a job in another magazine because he showed up there in a fucking suit that we got him.
Yeah.
I don't know how we segued into this, but this is why I try to do everything on my own, and I just cannot trust people because here I've noticed that people have no fucking backbone.
I'll tell you a good story about dressing for business. I was with Marcus and Millichap, the biggest commercial real estate firm in the country.
Do you hear gunshots in the back?
Nope, I don't hear your soundboard. But anyway, so. I'm working out of the Long Beach, California office, and it's a pretty formal office. And everybody's wearing suits and stuff. And so my manager comes up to me and says, "Hey, Larry, how's your you tracked down that client or that potential client? He owns I think the guy owned like 600 apartment units across 4 buildings." And I said, "Yeah, I have a meeting with them tomorrow." So my manager sees me tomorrow, and I'm not wearing a suit. He gets all upset. He was a little excitable Jewish guy from Chicago. "You can't go meet that guy. You're not wearing a suit. You own 600 units." I'm like, "Relax." I met the guy before, right? And he was like my dad. The guy owns 600 apartment. Not my dad ever owned 600 apartment units, but this guy owns 600 apartment units. He lived in one of the buildings in the manager's unit. Every time I saw him, he was wearing jeans. He had a work belt on. His phone was taped up. He was working on the plumbing. And if I show up in a fucking suit, a young guy in a suit, he's "Who the fuck is this guy?" So I dress more like he did. And I enlisted 2 of his buildings. So sometimes you have to dress appropriate for the client.
Absolutely. So when my
dressed up, and sometimes you dress down.
Right.
And sometimes you don't want to look like a slick ass business jerk.
You can't, man. You can't. Listen, in the car business, I'm going over. Shit. I gotta fix this fucking mic. It's like dangling dick over here. Anyway, I can't go to a fucking even way back when. There's no way. How would you like it if I'm pulling up to your place in my 911?
Well, then the first thing in my mind is you're charging too much. Yeah.
Okay. How would you like it if I showed up to your place in my 308?
You're making way too much.
Okay. How would you like it if
this son of a bitch thinks he's Tom Selleck?
Right. Exactly. Right. How would you like it if I showed up to your place on my fucking Batmobile?
This guy's a little fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't do that, bro. You can't do that.
Of course.
So I go there in my little minivan, which is emblazoned with my my magazine.
Yeah, I mean, you can always show up in a company car.
Yeah, exactly. But if your company car happens to be a Porsche 911, then you got a problem, brother. So
unless we work for
coming back to these fucking oyster dating. I asked her, I said how much they are. She told me how much they were. I'm like, whoa, they're too expensive. And then I get then we partnered up with Pagani, right? And I said, listen, hey, I like those homages you got. They're like, oh, you like them? I said, I sure do like them. They said, oh, very good. We'll send you the whole set.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I don't want a fucking set to give away. I want a set for me. They said, all right, we'll send a set for you too. So would you like to see it? Would you like to see it? Huh? All right. Would you like to see it? Say it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Say it.
All right, Larry. Hold on. Let's go full commando on this motherfucker. So there is this one right here. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on. Just gonna throw it down there. then they all work. They all work. Then there's this one.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Are you sending me the watches you're dropping on T-shirt?
No, it's a rubber mat over here. And then there's this one. You see that? This one is in red. This one is in red. I have the links that go over here. Yeah. So I have like 8 or 9 links. You can add one link in every watch and you'll be fine.
Cool.
Because and then I have this one. You see that? That's this one I'm keeping. I'm not
Tiffany blue.
Yeah. Hey, you know me, my Tiffany blue and my turquoise.
Yeah,
so I'm keeping that. So I'm keeping this one, and then the pièce de résistance. This one here.
Yeah.
See that? See that one?
Yeah.
This is the one with the Arabic numerals.
Yeah.
So these two I'm keeping.
Yeah. Cool.
These two I'm keeping. So I'm gonna send you this one. I'm gonna send you this one. I'm gonna send you this one, and they're very easy. They got the same clasp on the back, and if you look over here, where the fuck is it? It's the bottom links over here that come out, and I have 8 or 9 links. So these,
I'm familiar with those kinds of bracelets.
So your wrist is what, a little bit bigger than mine?
225 millimeters.
I don't know what the fuck 220. So these fit just perfect on mine.
Yeah.
So if you add just one more link, it'll be
it should be fine.
Perfectly on.
Hey, what does the hat say? I love the hat. Make what $300?
Make arrachera $3.99 a pound again.
I'm not familiar with what is arrachera.
Skirt steak, the Mexican.
Skirt steak. Okay.
Oh, and it's actually the skirt steak is very expensive now.
Yeah.
So I'm sending you these. Now the only problem is this one right here.
Yeah.
I don't have the link.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the link. And
that one gets distracted.
Yeah, this one is a little tight on me, so I know it's going to be tight on you.
We'll just put a strap on it.
Yeah, you could. I don't know if you. Well, I'll send it to you, but you got to figure out how you're going to put a strap on it because.
I'll put a NATO on it. I got a few NATO straps.
Look at the side of it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to put a NATO strap on a real classy dress watch.
All right, that's your headache. So I'm actually trying to give away all my watches. I'm giving away all my watches. This one right here, this one right here, the bezel broke off. It's automatic. The bezel broke off. Now hold on. There is a pin inside the bezel that makes it twist. Right?
Or keeps it keeps
it from falling off. So that the pin was $60.
Jeez.
Fuck me dead. The pin was $60. The watch was $90. So what I did was I gorilla glued the motherfucker. So it's all yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I got this one, and then I got my here my
you know,
the blues.
I don't think I've ever used a rotating bezel to time anything in my life.
Yeah.
I usually spend my time. It moved out of position. Let me put it back to 12.
Right. I mean, I've got some watches that I want to keep for me, but the rest,
Yeah.
even anybody out there who's watching this, if you want any of these watches, here you could have them. They work fine. They're all fucking automatics, except the Oyster perpetuals. They're all oyster dates, oyster dates. They're all quartz.
Yeah.
This one here is my favorite watch right here. This one is a 54 millimeter diver. That is one big son of a bitch. That is a big fucking watch, man.
Yeah.
So that's it, brother. So yeah, you're gonna be getting a lot of stuff. Holy fuck. Holy shit.
Excuse me.
And like I said, one day when I wake up, you know, I'm gonna hobble down to the mailbox.
Yeah. Hey, one of these days, because I do need to get back out to Chicago because I haven't been back there since 1964.
Fuck Chicago! I'm sending you a goddamn brand new Chromebook.
Oh, okay.
Great. I'm sending you a brand new fucking Chromebook. I'm gonna power wash it.
And that way, I know why you're sending it to me, because you send one of your Chromebooks to Larry. Next time you have a question about Chromebook, I can't say I don't know. I don't have one of those things.
Right. No.
So I'll start using Chromebook, and when you have questions, I'll answer them for you.
Here, I don't know. Can you see it? I got a Chromebook right here.
Yeah.
I got a Chromebook right there. What I am doing.
What are we on right now? Are you using a Chromebook right now, or Apple?
No, I will be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest with you. Right now, what I'm broadcasting on right now is, and I will say it. This is a Mac Mini. It's a Mac Mini that was. I kid you not. That was given to me by hey, I can say it. I mean, that was given to me by Lexter.
I remember that. I remember when that happened. It was imported from Florida.
Right.
Or exported from Florida, actually.
Right. Yeah. Well, what is it? How is your daughter going? What? How's your daughter going? Where's my daughter going?
I don't.
I have no clue where that came from or what that means, brother. Send T-Dubs, Mr. TW, Gold Australia free Chromebook.
The shipping would be what, $300?
The shipping would be fucking $3,000. Yeah. I have no clue what daughter you're talking about, brother. Anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, so what I'm using right now is the Mac Mini, which is like fucking super duper fucking powerful. And I'll tell you why this happened. Oh my God, it's such a long time ago. My computer had crashed, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you know the whole story, but I just want to fucking say it again. There's nothing negative in it.
No.
The damn computer crashed, and Lexter he felt he felt bad for his friend or something.
Yeah, that was back when he was known as Lexter Dexter before he became
Lexter Dexter. Don't say it, Larry. Yeah, Lexter. Yeah, Lexter, and he goes,
Lexter
Mark,
Dexter.
I want to send you something, and boom, he packed it up, and and the thing is, it came. I used it for a little bit. It helped me get through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then 2 years I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
You know? And then now when I fired it up, and apparently this son of a gun got updated by Apple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm using. And the Ferrari Chromebook that I have, I took that one home.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm using it from
So
my
that's
house.
what you used for last night's broadcast.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty stable. I
Yeah.
mean, it's got 8 gigs of RAM. It's and divorce and separation. 2 years ago, hold on. 2 years ago, you used to talk about your daughter and divorce and separation. Shit, I did. I don't remember what I did fucking last night, bro. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my daughter's fine. My daughter's fine. Fuck. I don't know when the fuck I was talking about a divorce. Or maybe I was. Fuck, I got divorced in 1999. I don't even want to think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, everything is good, bro. Everything is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes being single is the best is the best thing. You know, you have your sanity. I mean, God bless the people that are married. But speaking of that, here we segue.
Well, it's not like it was, for our parents. I mean, what's the divorce rate? It's like 50%, and it doesn't it doesn't matter if you're Muslim or Catholic or Mormon. Everybody's divorce rate is 50%.
Right. Oh my God, Dodger! What's up, Dodge? Hey, come on over, Dodge.
Dodger.
Come on. You can jump over. You can jump over here.
Yeah.
Let's see the invite, got the copy, got the paste here, got everything down here going hippie down dooley.
Yeah.
Come on, Dodger. You can jump on for a little bit. Friend of mine. Now it's kind of different, man. It's kind of different. I see these girls. I mean, there's with their ass shaking all over the place, and with all the you know what? It's a sensitive topic. I'm not gonna get into it. God bless anybody that's married or is not married. I don't give a fuck. God bless you all. Live a happy life, man. Live a happy life. I'm happy. You're happy. Everybody's happy. The world is good. Doctor. My doctor buddy.
Yeah, you just reminded me of something. Go ahead.
Hold on. I gotta call my buddy. He's inviting me out to lunch, which of course I do not mind. Hold on. Hello. Hi. Somebody called?
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, my name is Jason. It's actually the short call is about your car and your home insurance.
My car and my what? Home insurance? Oh, where are you calling from, sir?
From Easy Codes.
Oh, Easy Code. Oh, okay. Oh, so you want to? Yeah. So you have any good rates for? Do you have any good rates for the car insurance?
Car and home insurance.
Car and home insurance. All right. Yeah, I've got a good. I've got a good. What do you call that? A good rate with the local company out here. Progressive. Can you do better? Can you do better than that?
We are working. We are partnered with the Progressive as well. So.
Oh, you're okay. So let me know. Hold on. Let me ask your mom. She's giving me head right now. Let me find out from your mom. How's it going? He hung up on me. Shit. Otherwise, I was going to get a good fight. Man, I get these fucking telemarketing calls. I should make a fucking show out of this.
Whatever happened to the Mark that was telling me you have to be nice to everybody?
not the fucking telemarketers. I'm not going to be nice to fucking telemarketers. They blow up my phone.
You know what, Mark?
Hold on. I'm telling my buddy he's inviting me out to lunch. Oh God, I love lunches.
Don't tell him his mom is giving you a head though.
Hello, doctor. How are you? I'm fine, mate. Hey, I just saw this sign. Lunch. I love the lunch, but I got a show going on today. I can't make it today. Can we do it? Can we do it tomorrow?
I'm not here on Tuesday.
When are you here next?
I'm here Wednesday.
Let's do it Wednesday. Is it my treat or your treat?
Your treat.
It's my treat. Holy fuck! All right, let's do it on Wednesday, brother.
All right, no problem.
All right, you got it. What time? 12:30.
Yeah, I figured 12:30.
All right, 12:30 is fine. We'll go in your Range Rover. Perfect.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
You got it, brother. We'll see you then. We'll see you. Thank you, brother. Bye-bye.
This is like reality television where we're listening into your private life.
There's nothing fucking private about my life, God damn it. But this is a very, very dear friend of mine. I would love for him to meet you. He's a doctor, and we've been friends. We weren't friends, right? Then we became friends, right? And it was like I met a brother. Remember how me and you just became like brothers?
Yeah.
This is how I like. And me and him, man, just brothers. We've been friends for the last 25 years. He is an avid collector of all the cars in the world. Guess what? He's an avid collector of.
I think you just told me all the cars in the world. So
Right, Range Rover. Did you hear me when I said, yeah, we'll take a Range Rover? He just got himself.
No, we didn't hear that. That didn't come across. So
it did.
Yeah.
He bought the autobiography.
That's the top of the line, isn't it, for Range Rover?
And that, sir, is the top of the yeah. I usually go in his car. He lets me drive it sometimes, and then I tell him, hey, if you ever get tired or when you're in your clinic for 8-9 hours, I can take I can look after your car. He tells me no more. At that point, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself.
You know what? I don't know about you. Do you like? I don't like driving other people's cars.
No, I
don't.
I like driving. I like driving that car because it is. Oh my God! It is actually this is his car. Let me bring it up. I'm joking with him. I'm not going to drive his car. He's not going to give me a fucking $270,000 car.
Yeah.
But I'm joking with him. I said, hey, hey.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I know people who would let me drive their cars, and I always turn them down and rather not, because with my luck, I'll somebody will let me.
I don't. There are two things I don't do in life. There are two things I don't do in life, and I think that has been the secret of my success. And
you don't screw other people's wives, and you don't drive their cars.
No, I don't.
And driving the cars is more. Not driving the car is more important than screwing the guy's wife.
Look at this. Brian is asking, producer Mark, are you single like Narc? Yes, I'm single like Mark. Like Narc, but Narc is a persona non grata on this channel. Narc will never be on this channel again. And if anybody lets Mark in, they will be out of this channel. That guy is too loud. He's a vagabond. He's a vagabond. So I don't like him. He came one day. Listen, man, this is what I'm trying to tell people. When you come on this channel, I don't want to hear anything negative about other people. Don't say that. Hold on, we got our very, very good friend over here. Oh my God, it's like good old times. Hello, Dodger. How are you, brother?
Hey, Mark, Larry. Hey, guys.
Hey, brother.
JB,
your wrench is back there, brother. I was reminded your wrench was not there. I don't know how the fuck that happened, bro. I have no clue. So Brian, Tony, and Pasta walked me through it. So we're there. Yes. We got to get you. We got to get you on full scale. How's
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hello, it's Sandy. Hello, Sandy.
You look gooder than you did 2 years ago, Dodger. What did you do?
Got some sleigh bells.
Hey.
Sleigh bells. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey,
Merry Christmas. Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
tree is somewhere.
Oh man.
Merry Christmas all.
How is Poland? How's everything over there?
Oh, great. It was Santa Claus Day on the 6th. So we in the village we had a great big Hoinka Christmas tree, and we had the mulled wine and everything else. All the kids get all their presents on the 6th of December. So that's when Santa comes here in Poland. He comes on the 6th because then have lots more time to go everywhere else on the 25th. So we've had our Christmas for the kids.
The Poles do holidays pretty well, and they also do weddings exceptionally well.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I went to a Polish wedding, it's like, who wins? The last man standing. You start drinking it 3 days later, you're still at the fucking wedding.
Right.
Well, you all get at least 2 bottles of vodka per table, so it's grand. So we have a great time,
Hey, you still have that Grand Cherokee? Do you still have that Grand Cherokee?
Oh, right. We're talking cars. Can I tell you a car story and ask you to do in the dilemma? Is that okay?
Sure.
So today we had a situation where Mrs. Dodger goes out in the Jeep Grand Cherokee and she goes shopping. She said, "Oh, Dodger, do you want to come?" And I said, "Well, no, because you're going to be looking at Christmas decorations, and I just get bored." And she tells I get bored, so I don't go with her. I leave her alone to do her shopping. Usually. So anyway, she goes shopping, and then she's in a car park outside Carrefour, which is a big sort of French, I believe, supermarket chain in Poland.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's this hatched area, and for some reason they decided to put big concrete bollards, but movable bollards, over this hatched area. Now, this hatched area used to be a way of moving between lanes within the car parking area of the market. Mm-hmm. Anyway, she promptly drives over the top of one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate that. I hate when that happens.
So anyway, she's wedged on top with a skid plate. She's wedged on top of the concrete bollard. So she rings me up. So, "Oh, an accident! Oh, an accident!" And I said, "Well, okay, don't worry. Somebody will come and help you." And which they did, because Poland's Poland. People come and help. And of course, as soon as they see,
it's a remnant of the old days when everybody was driving a Polski Fiat. You have to help your neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Russian cars and stuff.
And so I could hear in the background when she was ringing me up. I said, "Oh, I heard this guy coming. Oh, I saw the English number plates, and I'm going to come and help, And I talked to the lady with her, and she said she's going to stay with her and take it. Long story short, the tow truck came eventually, the second one that was big enough, with a big jacked it up, and pulled this concrete bollard. Meantime, everyone was trying to get past, and this other lady smashed head first into the bollard and smashed the front of her car up. The other bollard.
Oh my God, that is nuts.
Oh my God.
The
question is for you guys, and anybody else in the chat, Mrs. Dodger comes home. Now, what's the first thing you do? Do you, as your wife gets out of the car, do you rush to see what the damage is to the car? Because obviously the front bumper was a bit dislodged. Do you go and see the damage on the car, or do you go and give your wife a big hug?
Give her a big hug.
The damage on the car.
No. You give
a lot of people. My brother would.
Yeah, give your wife a big hug and then see the. Then see the damage.
To me, it would all depend. If my wife, if I see if she's trailing blood when she gets out of the car, I hug the wife. But if I see oil on the ground when the car's being towed in my driveway, I'll check the car first.
Right.
You ripped off the oil pan or something, or the transmission.
It is a dilemma. What do you do first? Do you check the car out with the wife?
Right.
Sometimes I've got big brownie. I've got big brownie. Oh, hang on, she's here. Hang on, she can. Hang on.
Safe her that way.
Oh no, it's her. Yeah, she's pointing out it's her car, so she can do wherever she wants. True. She can.
There you go. She is Mrs. Dodger. She can do whatever she wants.
She wants.
She is the queen. The queen. Yes. So this is. We were just talking about cars. My buddy just bought this brand new Land Rover. This is it. No, that's not the autobiography. Where the fuck did the autobiography go?
No, what the new Land Rover?
The new Land Rover Range Rover autobiography.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's that was it. That was it, Mike.
Yeah,
see, a Land Rover or Range Rover today will get you into Africa, but you'll never come out of Africa.
Right.
Yeah,
they did a good job.
Yeah, you don't want to take an autobiography into the veldt.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you go on a trail with twigs on it, right? These airbags, they got these motors now.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the airbags instead of springs. You go on a trail with branches on it. Those branches kick up. They kick into the airbags, puncture them. And then what? To repair that, you need a laptop, right? You need a bloody laptop. You need the parts. You need where are you going to get that in an African village? Eh? Where are you going to get your laptop?
I don't care.
Reprogram the air suspension.
It doesn't matter if you're in Africa or Poland or Cody, Wyoming or Los Angeles. You know what? The older I get, the more I understand that simplicity is true luxury. When shit doesn't break, that's as luxurious as you're going to get, because you can buy a luxury car, and if you spend half your time at the dealer in the service department, that's not luxury. It's like people drive EVs. Oh, I have a luxury Tesla. Yeah. The first time I got an opportunity to drive a new when it was new years ago, a Tesla Model S from Los Angeles to San Francisco and back. And the Tesla software said, "Here's the first stop for your to charge." So we leave Los Angeles and we stop at a place called Harris Ranch. Harris Ranch is the biggest cattle ranch in California. So it's August. It's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and I can smell the ranch 20 miles south because it's got more cows than any place in Los Angeles. And then they'd spend an hour, charging this luxury car in a fucking parking lot, and I'm sucking down cow methane for an hour. That's a real luxury experience. I just want things simple. I'd rather have roll-up windows on my car than electric windows.
Right.
This is the best version. Too many electronics.
Sorry?
Which one? The new cars.
See, this would get you into Africa and out again. Back in the day, the Range Rovers and Discoveries did the job,
Yeah, right. They were made for that. They were made for that.
They were made for that. Yeah.
The new ones is he has one of those.
Yeah.
Well, this was actually what we're looking at. This was actually the first luxury SUV. This is what was considered a luxury SUV back then. This is certainly more luxurious than a Defender of that same.
Yeah, even to this day, when I sit in his Range Rover, he has an 81 model.
Yeah.
The American version. Oh, he has like 6 Range Rovers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cool. If that's what he's bought the right thing. I would not buy a vehicle after 2008 now. Too much plastic, too many things break. I mean, the other thing is, the crazy thing is, right, you want to repair these plastic vehicles, let's say in Poland where it's -5 or 6. Mm-hmm. You try taking any of these modern plastics off a vehicle, they just crack in your hand. You're going to buy fasteners, you're going to buy panels because they just crack and break.
Yeah,
you can't fix them.
Exactly right. Dodger, on my 2004 Mustang Mach-1, my driver's side electric window motor went out. I can replace it. I know how to do it. I haven't touched it because I cannot buy a brand new replacement inner door panel because it's got plastic fasteners, and I have all the tools to remove. I have those tools that look like a split screwdriver, to pop everything. Yeah. I'm afraid of breaking. I'm afraid of breaking the plastic fasteners because the car's 20 years old. So I've been driving around for 5 years now with a window motor that doesn't go up and down, but that's okay because the window only goes down on the driver's side when I'm talking to a police officer who's about to give me a ticket, or when I go through a drive-through and I'm overweight and I don't need another excuse to go through a drive-through. So I'm leaving it.
Winner chicken dinner.
Yeah,
winner chicken dinner. Yeah.
See, I'm too lazy to get out of the fucking car and walk into the restaurant, so that's my diet. I just leave the window in the up position broken. But
I like it.
I think Dodger. I only like one computer in a car. It's the computer that drives the fuel injection. Yeah, and you're right. 2008 is about my cutoff too. I don't want an infotainment system that's connected with its own computers connected to the car, and if you disconnect the infotainment system, the car won't start.
My van is like that.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? My fucking van, my Ford van, is like that.
You can't take the radio out now.
The Ford Sync. Fuck the Ford Sync. Holy shit! Everything is connected. Because I'm thinking. Remember, I told you when you close the door, the fucking infotainment don't shut down because there's a sensor in the weather stripping of the fucking door that senses when you have exited the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? Yeah. So I decided one day that I was just going to take the fuse out. Guess what? There is no fuse for that. So I called the dealership and said, if you take that, if you cut anything and try to disable it, or try to put an aftermarket infotainment, your car won't work. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah,
and it's like, cars today, they have, we have push button start, and you don't. It's keyless, but you have to have the key fob in your pocket, or in the car. He's like, the keys cost $600 if you lose one.
Yeah.
And then you have to have them reprogrammed too.
My car doesn't have that either.
It's just
my Mazda doesn't have a key. I have no key.
Yeah, you have to have that fob with you or close to the car.
If the battery goes out, I am double fucked, man. I am fucked like you have no ideas.
Yep.
I mean,
the battery goes, and then all the engine management loses its programming, and it's fucked until you have to. I mean, even now with the new BMW, you need a fucking laptop to change the battery. You got to reprogram the fucking battery on a BMW. When you just want to install a new battery in a vehicle, and you need a fucking laptop.
Yeah,
fuck off.
I had to. My car developed an idle problem, and it's something that's known for 1999 to 2004 Mustangs, and so my idle would go high and stay high, right? And so I knew it was the idle air control, which is just a valve that's bolted to the throttle body that's controlled by the engine computer, and so I bought a new one. And I installed it, and it didn't fix the idle, right?
Right.
And I knew that I knew what I'm about to say was true, but I know maybe I didn't believe it. I messed around with it a little bit more. I changed out the another little component, and then I disconnected the battery for 20 minutes.
Right.
And when I reconnected it. You have part of the computer memory is permanent, part of it is adaptive learning. Yeah. So when I cleared out the adaptive learning portion of the memory and then drove the car for an hour, then it started idling correctly. So, and this is on a 2004, and I don't want to get more complicated than that. It's just.
I remember. Yeah. Back in my day, you used to have a rotor. You had points. You had to use a feeler gauge to measure the points.
There you go. That is one sexy motherfucker.
You had SU carburetors or Weber carburetors. You'd use them. You use a glow plug sensor to see how it's running rich or lean. It was.
I remember using a timing light. Hey,
timing.
Dodger, you know what I did? I had a 19. What was it? I had a Volkswagen Rabbit, otherwise known as a Golf.
Hey, Larry, that is one sexy car, isn't it, Larry? That is one sexy car, right, Larry?
Let's just ignore him, Dodger. No.
That is one fucking sexy car right there, man. I'm just
anyway, so I had this Rabbit. I got it new, and I did my own tune-ups on it, right, with the points and the condenser and the timing light. And one day I did a tune-up, and I drove it, and I came to a stoplight. And the idle went up. And then I came to the next stoplight, and the car was almost stalling. And I checked everything. I checked, and then I finally drove to the dealer, and I got the car in the dealer drive, in the dealer parking area, and the service manager comes out, and I got the hood open, and I'm telling the service manager, okay, I checked the points. I got the right Bosch, plugs in it. I got this. I checked the gap. I checked this and checked this. And it was really embarrassing because the hood is open to my car, and the service advisor is looking at me, and he just takes his hand, puts the hand on the engine, and he doesn't even turn around. He's facing me, and he twisted the distributor. I had forgotten to lock down the distributor. I didn't tighten it down, so it moved around with the engine. I was so embarrassed. I was like 17 years old, and so.
Well, back in them days, you used to have a little screw for the idling jet, and you used to just twist that till it was right. It was just simple. But now you try and change your brake pads, the rear brake pads on something like a BMW. They've got plastic drive worms, right? So you need a laptop to retract the pads if you want to change the rear brake pads. And it's fucking plastic drive worms winding their way back that have been full of grit and shit. Oh man, it's just. And
Yeah,
to bleed the brake,
that reminds me. I got to spend $20 and buy a tool to retract my rear calipers. You know, the pistons. You got to twist them.
I used to just whack a bit of wood in there and push it back with a bit of wood, push the piston back. Now you need a laptop to retract the worm drive.
You're right. With the new cars now, you literally need a computer to replace any part. Yeah. And you have to, half the time, you have to reprogram the car to accept the new part.
Yeah, like the battery. Even the battery. You're going to program the goddamn battery. And the other thing is to bleed the brakes now. You can't just get a piece of plastic tube and you got the bleed valve, the bleed nipple on the cylinder. No, you just pump the brakes until the air comes out, bleed it through. No, you need a computer to exercise the ABS system to pump the fluid through, collect correctly, so you bleed it properly. You need the bloody laptop to do it. You're dead.
Yeah, my car's got ABS, but I don't need to do that. But what I use is I have something called a Motive. Motive is the brand name. It's a power bleeder, and what it is, you've seen these plastic like 2-liter jugs that people use. They have hand pumps, and people put insecticide in them. It's a bug sprayer that you fill up. And then it has a hand pump on top, and then you spray it. Well, picture one of those, and instead of the spray nozzle, you've got a cap for your brake fluid reservoir. So you fill up this plastic tank with brake fluid, and then you connect it to the top of the fluid reservoir, and you pump it up to it's got a little pressure gauge on it. You pump it up to 15. You pump it up to 1 bar. And then you go to the farthest corner and bleed, and and that's the easiest way to get the air out of your brake system if you're doing it at home.
The world's coming through. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Just the cost of these vehicles and the madness.
I don't know how much.
I can tell you these things for next to nothing. The other thing I'll just say, just toss it. If Mrs. Dodger had driven over this bollard with an EV, right, the battery pack's low on the ground, she'd have
you had a thermal runaway.
The car would be on fire. She'd be torched and cremated. I mean, we did.
And the fire department couldn't get her out because it's got fucking electric door handles. The door handles on a Tesla don't, and a lot of other cars now, the door handles have no mechanical connection to the latch.
Yeah, electronic, and if the electronics go, if the lithium goes up, you're in there. You've driven over that bollard in a supermarket. The lithium battery explodes from underneath. The power goes out. You can't undo the doors. What are you going to do?
And you're stuck. And the poison gas that a lithium-ion fire generates is some of the most dangerous stuff you'd ever come across. Yeah, I'd rather suck that mustard gas from World War I. I'm sorry.
The only way you can put a lithium fire out is with sand. You can't do anything else. You can't put water on it. It makes it worse.
It burns at 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and it generates its own oxygen. Because it's burning so hot that the chemicals in the battery break down, and one of the components that they break down into is oxygen. So it feeds itself. I'll tell you this, Dodger.
Yeah, it's self-perpetuating. Yeah, it's an endothermic reaction.
Yeah,
so it doesn't need any external. It doesn't need anything external. It burns
itself. Get a load of this. I'll tell you two stories. My insurance company, State Farm Insurance, one of the biggest insurance companies in the world, they removed EV chargers from their headquarters in Illinois because of potential fire risk. Not from the chargers, but from the electric cars. They don't want any electric cars parked on their property. Okay, so how long before they contact their insureds like me and say, hey, if you have a charger for an EV at home, we're not going to cover your house. And the other thing was, a couple of months ago, and you can look this up, there was an EV fire truck that caught fire in Germany, and it burned down the entire fire station. 30 million.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. If firemen can't handle an EV at the firehouse, what are you doing trying to charge one at home?
You got to be a blizzard fool. They haven't got sand to bury it, and the only thing that's going to put it out is sand.
Yeah. Yeah,
our family's got a titanium foundry. The only thing that puts a titanium fire out is sand. You can't chuck water on it; it explodes. But the other thing is, like in the UK now, these EVs who've had an accident, the repair shops insurance will not allow them to keep those vehicles inside. They have to be stored a certain distance away from the road.
There are junkyards.
They can go any time once they've had an accident. They can just
there are junkyards that won't accept totaled EVs because they can catch fire a month later again. It's not really, EVs are not ready for prime time. They need to come up with a completely different battery chemistry. Because I don't want one.
You look at who digs that lithium out. You look at lithium. Just look up Google lithium mining and have a look. It's little kids jumping in little holes.
Oh yeah. Or Google
slave labor. It's a limited resource. There's not enough lithium to go around for everybody to have an EV.
If you Google the most polluted city in the world, you'll find a BBC article from a few years ago, and they're talking about this city in China where they get raw earth minerals, and it looks dystopian. And you've got little kids working in the mines, and they're
little holes, but they pick it up by hand.
And then the other thing is, I read you have to mine like 500 tons of ore to get the minerals or the raw materials to make one EV battery. You got to move 500 tons of ore. That'll save the planet.
It's madness. Honestly, it's madness.
Hey, but you know what I heard about? Great Britain. They moved back there. They had a law in place that by the end of 2024, automobile manufacturers had to sell at least 22% electric cars.
Yeah, by 2030.
And only one manufacturer. Only one manufacturer was close, so they just changed the law and they pushed it back, and that's going to happen again and again and again.
I'm eyeing up some ex-Russian military Uzurus trucks.
Okay, yeah.
The Uzurus. Go back to basics. UAZ or something. I'm just going to
UAZ,
and a Russian UAZ, and that's it. That's going to do me around here. Mrs. Dodger can drive her all the balls she wants in the UAZ.
What's that little old? Well, they still make a current one, but they've been making this little. I think it's a UAZ. It's this little. The nickname in Russian is bread loaf of bread, buhanka. It's a little van that they've been making since the 50s, early 50s, and it's pretty simple. It's got a 4-cylinder diesel engine in it, and that's about it.
That's
it. Get yourself a buhanka.
No electronics, no computers, no real computers. Maybe electronic ignition, because I'll give them electronic ignition. That's all right. That's it, really.
Yeah, but here's the other thing: when you got electronic ignition, and you conk out in the middle of the desert, or in Siberia, you can't push start it if you got a dead battery, because you need power to get the ignition going.
You'll be fucked.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. So I remember the days when they brought out Sparkrite electronic ignition replacement. So you replaced your points in your distributor.
Right. Yeah. Solid state.
And so you get electronic circuit rather than having the points, with the gaps. So
and then the gap the gap would change. Yeah. That's the one thing I don't miss, because I don't miss changing and adjusting points every 3,000 miles either. That was the one bad thing, So, like I said, I like my era Mustang 2004 electronic fuel injection. And it doesn't matter. And that's important to me because I live at 5,000 feet and I drive up to like 10,000 feet. So I don't have to worry about the mixture going off one way or the other. Just give me fuel injection, and everything else I want manual on my car. So, what's the EV situation like in Poland? Do they have a lot of chargers out there? Are they trying to go green or?
Yeah, there's more and more coming here, but
it's part of the
honest,
EU.
There's more and more EV chargers being, commissioned, supermarkets mainly. But there are people in the cities and that going EV.
Do you have to drive over a parking bollard to get to the charger?
Mrs. Dodger does, and it's a diesel, so she didn't need the charger.
Yeah, a friend of mine years ago, he bought a really nice Ram diesel pickup truck to tow his fifth wheel camping trailer, and he lived in Palm Springs. And he called me up and goes, "I can't believe this. My wife took the truck and put gasoline in it."
Oh shit!
But fortunately, she realized what she did, and she didn't start the truck. So they had it towed to the dealer. They had to empty the fuel tank, get rid of 40 gallons. Yeah, but
then clean it. You got to clean that motherfucker.
Yep. And I do know somebody who put gasoline in his diesel and started it.
I did that to my car.
Yeah, I've done that.
Pardon me?
I did that to one of my cars one time.
Yeah.
I ended up at BP, and the BP is very confusing because you got all the 4 pumps right there, Yeah,
the green handles.
Well, this one didn't have a fucking green handle. It had the green, what do you call that?
Well, the colors are green. That's the problem. You go to BP
snowing,
and everything's green.
It was snowing, and
and
I realized I'm putting diesel in the car.
Yeah.
And for 5 seconds, I'm still pumping gas while my brain is trying to comprehend why the fuck would why? And then I finally stopped, and we had to tow the car to the dealership. Yeah.
You know what I did once when I had my F-250 Power Stroke diesel pickup truck, in the winter, I have to put anti-gel into the fuel, right?
Mm.
And so the anti-gel is this kind of orangey liquid. It's a little thick. It's viscous. And so what I did was I took a plastic bottle with a flip top spout, and I marked it off in ounces, so I wouldn't carry the half gallon or a gallon bottle of anti-gel with me. I'd carry like a 16-ounce bottle, and I have it marked off in ounces. So if I put 10 gallons into the tank, I'd put 10 ounces or whatever the correct amount of anti-gel.
Right.
And so one night, it was about midnight, and I thought, I'll go put some fuel in the truck. So I had just finished cleaning out the truck. I took everything out of the cab, put it back, and I'm at the gasoline station, and I take out my bottle of anti-gel, and I'm pouring squeezing like 6 ounces or 10 ounces into the tank, and I'm thinking, the viscosity is off. Something's off. And what I did was I took everything out of my truck, and I had these plastic bottles, these translucent plastic bottles, and I inadvertently I thought I picked up the bottle with the anti-gel in it, and I picked up the bottle with the McGuire's car wash soap in it, which was also orange color. And I realized I just poured 10 ounces of car wash soap into my diesel fuel tank.
Oh fuck!
Oh crap! So again, fortunately, there's a shop here in town that specializes in servicing diesel pickup trucks, and they were kind enough to. I had one of those hand pumps, and I pumped out. I had the truck towed home, and I pumped out the fuel tank. I think I had 20 gallons of contaminated diesel fuel, and then I put this. They have various treatments for diesel fuel, and one of them is a treatment that gets rid of water in diesel fuel.
Right.
And so I was able to clean up the tank enough myself to where I didn't hurt the engine. But boy, that's the last diesel I'm going to buy right there.
Yeah.
Gasoline, it doesn't freeze. It doesn't gel. It doesn't just. Yeah. Keep everything simple.
I'm not a big fan of diesel engines.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
When I was in high school, my friend, his dad was the accountant for British Leyland in Gardena, California. And one day he comes home from work, and he's driving this kind of greenish, light greenish blue. That wasn't a, what do they call it? What was the standard Rover back then? A Range Rover? Was it a Discovery? They had the 90 and the 110 wheelbase. You know, I'm talking about
that was a Land Rover, the 110. The 110.
Yeah, 90. Well, he actually he bought the car from British Leyland, and they got it back. They had leased it to Universal Studios, and this Rover had appeared in about 10 different movies, including what was the Spielberg movie, Close Encounters. You remember Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where they find the ocean-going freighter out in the desert?
Yep.
Well, that was the car, you know. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I also remember driving when I was in high school. I also remember driving the first TR7, Triumph TR7 on the West Coast.
Oh, I love that car.
Nice.
It was one that they used for the brochures. Yeah, it was the first one because my friend's dad brought it home from the office. It was kind of neat. So.
That was a neat car.
But, hey, Dodger, but have you seen the new Jaguar commercial and the rebranding?
Oh, don't talk. We can't talk, guys. We can't talk about this coming. We're just going to get into a big hole if we.
My friend's got a Series 1.5 XKE, and I called him up and I said, one of two things is going to happen: either your car is going to be worth $3 million, or it's going to be worth zero.
It's going to be worth zero.
Yeah. But
that was bad. They did a fucked up job.
Well, I mean, you
I
don't.
want to hear from people. I want to hear from people in the right mind that have a Jaguar, what they think about it. Forget about us. Forget about what we got to say.
Yeah.
But I want them to come on and talk to us face to face and tell us what you think about that. And I think then maybe Jaguar would look at that video and say, "Oh my God, we fucked up."
Now remember, now is
chaps. We fucked up, chaps.
We fucked up, mate.
Did you see like the director of marketing got on? He did an interview, and he's wearing a fishnet shirt.
Oh well, end the story then.
Yeah, and he's saying we don't really appreciate how not inclusive.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing.
She's Dodger's got some fishnets. They're very nice on a lady. Fishnets on a lady. Very nice.
But not as a shirt.
I just wanted to throw that in there, boys.
He's got a fucking sports jacket on, and it's open, and his shirt is a black fishnet shirt, and he's telling me that I must be, racist and whatever because I don't like his fucking new commercial with the lowercase J and the uppercase G in Jaguar now. Everything is lowercase
Larry.
G. Yes, sir.
Larry, I know you're very bold in expressing your thoughts and ideas, but
the word is asshole. Yeah.
I want you to listen to me very carefully for what I'm about to say, and I don't want any feedback on that because. That we're it's still not after January 20th. You do fucking realize that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what I say is, and I actually don't say this. A wise man once said that don't be scared of a banana. Hold on. Let me fucking finish. Don't be scared of a banana that thinks. Now this is the banana, where the banana is thinking that it's a watermelon or a peach. You understand? And don't be scared of the peach or a pomegranate that think is a banana.
Well, what you're telling me is
listen to me. You cannot fucking tell me what I'm trying to tell you. Well, I haven't even finished what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what I'm. Can you listen?
We're listening, Mark.
Yes. So don't be afraid of a banana that think is a watermelon or a pomegranate, and don't vice versa. Don't be scared of a pomegranate or a peach that think is an apple. What you should be more worried about is people that think it's normal for a banana to be an orange or an orange to be a cauliflower. Do you get what I'm trying to fucking say, guys?
Yes. Let me rephrase it for you.
Hello, gentlemen. Yes,
I'm gonna rephrase it for you. Dancing Teletubbies scare the hell out of me.
Okay, make sure your examples don't really, you know what I'm saying, spell out shit, Larry. You got to be very careful in your verbiage. See, this is what sets me apart from everybody, because I'm very careful in how you get your words across. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've never liked.
Go ahead. Yeah. Zamboni with a bamboni. Hold on, that was a Zamboni with a sausage. Did you get that?
What are you drinking vodka, Dodger?
Sorry?
Are you drinking vodka?
No, I'm drinking a Vinca, PM Vino.
Oh,
Vino.
there we go.
Barefoot. Oh my God, they sell barefoot in
Malbec.
Yeah.
Malbec, California. Wow. Okay, hold on.
Sent me some for Vienna, a whole crate.
Who sent that?
Crate from O'Sheen in Vienna.
Yeah.
Man, he taught me how to drink wine and smoke cigars, man.
Hold on a second. How much was that barefoot over there?
About £3, which is, I don't know what that is in USD, about $4 or $5.
Oh, okay.
How much is wine? A bottle of wine in where you guys are?
Fuck, I haven't bought a bottle of wine in so many years. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's about that price.
How much is a pack of cigarettes now? Where you guys are?
Maybe $30. I don't know. $10.
Yeah. What's the EU tax on cigarettes? Yeah. Do they have a special? Did they tax cigarettes extra in the European Union?
There's a tax on them, but what you're looking at $4 or $5 for a pack of cigarettes. $4, $5.
Fine.
I read
I mean, like in the UK, it's more like 50. Australia, $50, $60. You know, I mean, God, I couldn't keep my dirty habits up. But at the moment, I'm mainly smoking because I'm not allowed to smoke.
Yeah,
I'm not supposed to smoke this in the house either. But I'm smoking one of these e-cigarettes. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a cigarette here, like mighty.
It's funny. When they
little mini. They're like these little mini ones, you pop them in the machine and they burn the bottom bit and the tobacco.
Yeah. What's funny is when all the governments in the world started this anti-smoking campaign, and they got people to quit smoking, because the healthcare costs were outrageous. We have to keep people from smoking. Then they did studies afterwards, and they found out that it costs less to take care of a person who's smoking 3 packs a day because he dies earlier.
Right.
And he dies before he gets cancer and all of these diseases that take
come on,
10 years to treat. Yeah, it's true.
I know.
It's true. It's true. Here where you got social health care, you don't. The government doesn't. Well, in the UK, once you're dead, the government has no longer got a liability to pay out a pension. And so a smoker is actually
lower cost overall. Yeah.
See, that's what they wanted to bring in America. That social medicine.
Yeah.
I'm a great believer where it works because that's what I live in the world. I pay because look, if I signed on and I was looking for a job or I had a job,
a job. What is a job?
A job is something where you go and do work and somebody pays you for it. But I don't do that anymore.
You become a slave.
Yeah, Dodger's retired.
But if I signed on and said I'm looking for a job, it would be free. But I pay $200 a month, so that I get healthcare. But because normally here it's free. But I didn't want to take away from that because I never worked here in Poland, never paid into the society. So I thought, well, I'd just be ripping the system off by signing a piece of paper and having it for free. So I pay. So nobody could ever argue with me. I've come here to bleed the system. Yeah, I pay. So that's what I did. Because this is a social sort of healthcare system. But all I needed to do is sign a bit of paper saying I'm looking for a job. and it would be free. But I choose to pay $200 a month.
Yeah, that's a better way to do it. You can live with yourself.
Look, I can't fault it. I mean, like here, Mrs. Dodger's got the doctor on speed dial. She's all the prescriptions. She needs anything, she just texts the doctor. She sends the piece of paper. We get the drugs at the pharmacist.
Yeah.
She can have an eye operation straight away.
Yeah.
Anything we need within 2 weeks, it's done. I can't complain.
Yeah,
I can't complain about a system here. In UK, I could complain. You wait 2 years. You wait 2 years for shit.
I'm sorry. Did you say in the UK? Excuse me, Dodger. Did you say in the UK you waited 2 years? Or
yeah. If she wanted these cataract operations, she's having a cataract operation.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is, she's having a cataract operation. So, okay, under the social system, you get these standard lenses. So it's
right.
like one fits all. And so, but if you want to, you can choose to have a more expensive, Zeiss lenses to replace the eye lenses in the operation. So she's paying for that, but she's only paying for the element of the lenses. The operation and everything else is still done under the social care system. And so,
hey, Larry, can you hear me, Larry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Larry, can you hear me?
Hey, Mark, yeah.
Yeah,
Mark.
I may have to restart my computer, so just keep continuing with the.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Mark. My brother had cataract surgery, and he told me he got these lenses, and they replaced the lenses in his eye. Is the fancier stuff, and he got the cataract surgery. And then he was told to avoid ultraviolet light for like 4 or 5 days. Then he goes back to the doctor, and they used UV light to make adjustments to the lenses. And they actually corrected his vision. So he's nearsighted, but he had cataract surgery. And when they put in these new special lenses, they were able to adjust his prescription using ultraviolet light.
Well.
These replacement lenses, I didn't get the details because I don't like diving into medical details because I'll always go down a rabbit hole. I just I go to an ophthalmologist. And
JB's in the same situation. JB should comment there at the bottom if you can bring it up. But it's the same here. In 10 years, we'll have the dual 55 pay US and import.
Or that's SS or Social Security. So he's going to have Social Security,
okay, yeah,
US and Portugal.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
it's the same in Portugal and Poland. After 65, I won't have to pay because I'm a senior then. But in the UK, they changed it to 67, and so you're fucked by then. I mean, I'm pretty fucked now. How do you continue being a fireman at the age of bloody 6? Tell me, how are you a fireman at 67?
Yeah. Well, in the UK, what is everybody complaining? All the farmers are complaining about inheritance tax on farms. They want to. I don't know if they finalized it or not, but Jeremy Clarkson was leading the protest on that.
Well, the shit around that, right? The shit around that. I mean, I'll boil it down to you the way I say it.
Yeah.
Because my family's got a farm there. So who cares anyway? It's just a sideline to the main business. But the thing is that these people have farmed this land for generations. All the knowledge, how to drive the tractor, how to look after the pigs, how to cook stuff up in the winter, how to blend stuff to feed the animals. All that knowledge has been passed down for years and years within the farming community. Now they'll have a choice when the owner of the family member who's the owner of that farm dies. They will have a big bill to pay. They'll have to pay, inheritance. They will have to pay the inheritance tax. Now they're stuck then in taking out a loan or finding the money or selling the land. Now there are all these people queuing up ready to buy up this land.
Yeah, and they're big corporations. Yeah.
Listen to this, Larry. This is very, very important. There are people in the world, you heard about these tax credits for being what are they called? The tax
Carbon
credit.
credits?
No, it's tax credits for ecology. Yeah, your carbon credits. Yeah,
That's what I said. Carbon credits.
So you've got these big multinationals. They'll buy this land just to earn carbon credits against their smelly, stinking businesses.
Yeah.
So they're wasting these people. It's having to sell bits of their land to pay their inheritance tax, so they then get tax credits. Yeah.
Yeah. And the small farm disappears. Yeah.
So these big corporates will be buying this land to go against their tax credits. So that it reduces their liability with the stinky, shitty factories they've got. But they won't farm the land. They'll just keep it for these tax credits, green tax credits, because even the grass makes nice things come into the air. And farming will die in the UK. Britain will be more dependent on foreign imports of food. It's already... Britain can't survive more than 2 months without foreign imports of food. This day. And so farming will die, the knowledge will die with the farmers, as they lose their businesses.
And now you're completely dependent on foreign.
And the rich boys who are gaining from these tax credits will carry on chucking sulfur out from their lithium mines or their steel industry, and they'll be making. So all that this socialist government has done is empowered the big business even more. It's
hey, hold on a second. JB, if you're in the chat, get on, brother. I dropped the link for you. Just get on for a little bit. Love to hear from you.
So Dodger, remind me, in the UK, you can. What are the circumstances that have to be present to call for a new election?
It's a vote of no confidence. So everybody in the House, as a majority, of both sides, all sides, as a majority, have to do what's called a vote of no confidence in the government.
Okay.
And it occurs.
Is that a simple majority?
A majority have to say, we do not have confidence in this government, and then a general election can be called.
So Starmer hasn't gotten to that point yet with all the protests I see?
Not yet, but was it January the 20th? The world's going to change. And if a certain person there's nobody here watching. If you remember, somebody decided to involve themselves into US elections and sent fifth columnists
into Pennsylvania, knocking on doors
and deflect American free elections. They sent in fifth columnists to try and corrupt American elections. And I think there's a man that won't forget this come January 20th.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good memory.
Tariffs will be the key. Tariffs will be the key.
Yeah. And
how can a foreign country like the UK send in fifth columnists to try and corrupt the American election system? You tell me how that's allowed.
You mentioned tariffs, and it's surprising how ignorant people are, because tariffs are the threat. And look what happened. This one person says, I'm going to tariff everything coming out of Mexico and everything coming out of Canada. And the first response from the respective countries is "fuck you." And then 3 days later, the Mexican president's like, "Okay, what do you need? Okay, yeah, we'll put Mexican troops on the border and we'll control the number of people trying to get into the United States." And the Prime Minister of Canada is flying down to Mar-a-Lago. It's the tariff. People don't understand. The tariffs will never get here. It's the threat that is used to make a deal that's suitable. Either a trade deal or we get a country like Mexico to. It's like when Trump said, "I'm going to build a wall and Mexico will pay for it." And all these Democrats said, "You're a fucking liar. Nobody's going to pay. They're not going to pay for the wall." But during the first term, Trump's first term, Mexico put 29,000 of their own troops on their southern border and their northern border to stop illegal immigrants from getting into Mexico from South America and stopping them from getting into the United States. So we didn't have to put our troops on our border, and
Exactly.
that's what
I think it's.
yeah.
I think the Mexican president has already said that it's going to cooperate with America.
Yeah.
It's going to stop. It's going to stop. It's going to stop the caravan of people coming to America.
Yeah.
It's going to work closely with America to reduce drugs.
And
The Mexican government has already said that it's mutually, it wants to work with America to stop the migration and to stop drugs. I mean, that's perfect. That's all that's needed.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Canada, and the. And you know, the other funny thing was I was watching these reports on Sky News from Australia. You know, evidently their ambassador to the United States was not a Trump fan, and he's been spending the last 3 weeks cleaning up his social media accounts because he called Trump a piece of shit and everything else for the last 3 or 4 years. And I don't see how he's going to continue being the ambassador to the United States.
Are you talking about the Australian guy?
Yeah, the Australian ambassador to the United States. That was funny.
He's out.
Yeah, well, he's the former prime minister too. Yeah.
Here's another question for you guys.
He's out. We're having problems all over the world.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't be too bright if you're dealing with a country that has elections every 4 years, and you're betting 100% that one party's going to win or somebody's going to win it. You know, you don't know who's going to be president in 4 years, so talk shit about him. And if that person wins, well, then
they all
take a look at the trade deals you're going to make at that point. You know, it's just stupid.
They all fucked up big time, man. They all fucked up. Yeah.
Oh, I just remember something. You're talking about your wife high siding your Grand Cherokee. I think that happened when President Trump was in England. 2016 to 2019. Didn't they high side the presidential limo on a driveway in somewhere in England?
Who was that? No, that was with Obama.
Oh yeah, but they did high side the beast.
It was teeter-totter coming out of the palace.
Yeah, they made turn into a teeter-totter.
It was Bam Bam. It was Bam Bam. Bam Bam did it.
Yeah.
Bam Bam did it.
Yeah. Hey, you know how brave producer Mark is, Dodger.
How brave am I?
Producer Mark bought this Mazda Miata MX-5.
Yeah.
In Soul Red, and he put racing stripes on it, and he put racing numbers on it, right?
He
put 47 on it.
I sure did.
In Chicago. 47 on it. And now on the back window it said Trump. So fortunately,
how do you guys feel where you got talking about high siding? You feel you got a supposed special relationship with a country, and that country sends in fifth columnists to try and screw over your elections. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I actually feel good about it. Well, I feel good about it because Trump won, and he's going to use that as leverage to negotiate the next trade deals.
Yeah.
You guys did this. Okay, well, here's what I want. And so it's going to be better for him. He's got something to negotiate with. So, but if the fifth columnists helped Kamala win, then I would be really pissed off. But I'd say take advantage of it.
Foreign nations that sent in fifth columnists into America, facts coming out the mouth of the horse's head.
You can't blame her, man. She came from a middle-class family,
Yeah, she came from a middle-class family.
Hey, Larry! What do you think Larry, you fell out of the coconut tree, Larry? You fell out of the coconut tree? Did you fall out of the coconut tree?
Yes,
you tell me, did you fall out of the coconut, or did the
when
coconut
I was born, I hit the wall. Yeah. Kamala spent $1.5 billion on her campaign, 107 days.
Larry, They still can't figure out where the $300 million went.
Well, part of it went to airfare. You get those 150, 200 people from England over to Pennsylvania to knock on doors.
Oh, say, can you see?
All I can say, Dodger, is there's going to be a lot of people in England.
Daddy's home, bitches. Daddy's home.
There'll be a lot of people in England apologizing to Trump.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Hey, listen.
We don't know what happened.
I don't care who you like. I don't care if you like Trump, Oprah, fucking Whoopi Goldberg. I don't give a fuck who you like.
Yeah, you know what? We're better than Kamala because you don't have to pay
Kamala. Yeah, and I love the way they correct your
Kamala.
Yeah.
You know what?
No. It's not Kamala. It's Kamala.
How pathetic do you have to be?
I tell them
how pathetic do you have to be?
I tell them in our language. You benchot is Kamala Bai. They don't understand. It's India.
Oh God, you guys remind me of 7-Eleven stores in Southern California.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. And all these
how pathetic do you have to be?
All these people
thought,
oh my God, look at all these stars
celebrities to get their support.
Kamala, baby. And what happened? She brought all these people, and all these people fell for that. And now it all came out.
Every famous person,
millions, man. They got paid.
Yo, I heard you guys were talking about like kuttas and stuff like that. So that was my call, baby. That was my call.
We got Dodger speaks better Hindi than all of us.
Oh yeah, Dodge knows his shit.
Oh my God, this guy.
Dodge doesn't fuck around, man.
Yeah.
What's happening with you guys? What's going on?
Nothing much, brother. We're talking about nothing and everything.
What is the watch that's better than the sub? I heard that. I was listening on my way home. I was like, "What watch?" And you're just like, I don't know what watch is better than the sub. And then you did say the right thing. James Cameron is definitely better than the sub. So yeah.
No, I was trying to make a point.
300 M.
But correct me if I'm wrong. When you say James Cameron or Hulk, you're just talking about a color variant.
No, the James Cameron's a different model, right? That's a deep sea dweller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I would agree with you. The Hulk is a Submariner, but like you could have used the Yachtmaster, right? Considered the rich man sub. You could use the Sea Dweller,
the Sky Dweller. Yeah, I mean, I know my watches, but the point that I was trying to make, my awesome brother, to Commander Larry from the 303 Squadron, is that when I go, I'm in sales, right? So when I go visit a client that I'm trying to get money out of his ass, and I show up there in a fucking Submariner or a high-end watch, this guy's gonna look at me like, what the fuck you want from me? You see what I mean? Sometimes in our business, in sales, in our business, I mean the business that I'm in, you just gotta humble yourself.
I'll tell you something. Yes. It's something I saw on LinkedIn, and it's something that a lot of people are saying these days. Like nobody kind of remembers, your position or the job you've done, but they always remember what car you drove, baby.
Exactly. Absolutely. I mean, if you go, I know
you're 100% correct, Patel, because I have a rather long.
I was saying something,
name. Nobody remembers it, so I made a personal business card, and it's got my 04 Mach 1 Mustang on it. Everybody remembers me by my car. They can't remember my last name.
Yeah, it's wild, man.
Everybody.
Of course, the other problem with that is I have to keep my car pristine because nobody's seen it dirty. So now I for 20 years it's been like that. Now,
they still remember me from my 9/11.
Oh yeah, no, they'll remember producer Mark because producer Mark created his own brand by the way he dresses. Nobody mistakes producer Mark for anybody else in Chicago or Illinois or the Midwest or even Cody, Wyoming.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with the way I dress.
When you get to Cody, Wyoming, we're going to throw you a fucking parade.
Yes,
you're going to be the head float.
I cannot wait because I just found out today that my Navajo bracelet has finally reached Chicago. It's at the Bedford Park post office.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I can't wait for that son of a bitch to be delivered.
You and turquoise.
I love turquoise, sir.
Yes.
I love.
Yo, I had a turquoise Pontiac Grand Am in high school. Like fucking.
What a beauty.
It was like, I don't know if it was turquoise. It was like teal or something.
What a beauty.
Pontiac Grand Am, and fucking. I haven't heard that. I haven't talked about that car in like fucking, I don't know, like 30 years, 25 years, some shit.
I like the older ones, like the Pontiac Grand Prix. You know, I like the. They go back to the 60s and 70s when they had personal luxury cars.
Yeah.
So you had a turquoise Pontiac Grand Am, right?
Grand Am, yeah. So like Larry's talking about, like at the time the Grand Prix was obviously the higher model than the Grand Am was at the time.
Right. Yeah, let me bring it up. But
you're talking about the newer, like the front wheel drive ones, right?
Yeah, we're talking like in the 90s, right, Larry? Like,
Larry will never understand that because that's a Daisy thing. He will never get it. But my cousin had a Pontiac Sunbird. Remember, it was from the same family.
Oh, one of my friends drives one of those. The little
Sunbird.
They had a Sunfire. Wasn't there a Sunfire also?
Oh my God,
royalty.
Mikey, we had the royalty. Oh boy, this show is gonna be beautiful today. Yeah,
the old Pontiac Grand Prix had the coolest.
There we go. Yep. That's right.
Mike, I was so jealous. I was so jealous of people that had Grand Prix because like I had the shittier version, right? And it was just like, it's always stung me for years. And I haven't thought about it in like 20 years until I don't even know how we brought up Pontiacs. It just fucking just came to my mind. Well, yeah, it was exactly this. It was exactly this. This is the exact car.
Back then, this era of Pontiac, that was the era where they had like more buttons in the interior than any other car. It had more buttons than a 747 on the dashboard, right?
It was a Pontiac Grand Am, the Chevy Beretta, and the Pontiac and the Sunbird. And let me tell you,
Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra.
Cutlass, the torque,
Cadillac.
The torque in this Grand Am was unfucking believable. And
well, the GM,
and you're gonna have to agree with me on that one.
The GM 3800, that V6 is like one of the most indestructible engines ever made.
Right.
Man,
right,
am
I right?
I don't disagree, man. I had so many accidents in this car; it's not even.
Oh funny. Man, the torque was unbelievable in this car. I mean,
I was a fucking 17-year-old kid, right? Like,
right.
And when you're that young, you just fucking mash the
gas. Are you referring to torque or torque steer? I think you're referring to torque steer.
When you press the fucking accelerator and the car takes off. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the car did what?
Left or right or
Larry, what's the matter with you today?
I can't understand you because you're yelling and mumbling.
The torque, the fucking torque. When you get in the fucking car, you step on the fucking accelerator and the car takes off. What do you call that thing?
You call that go fast.
You call it go. Yeah. I'm asking if you're referring to torque or torque steer.
Torque steer is when you
have. How the fuck would I know what torque steer was back in the 90s, man?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought you were a car guy.
Apparent.
Yeah, but
any of those front-wheel drive cars
had a Sunbird.
unequal length drive shafts.
Yeah, exactly. Mike knows. Yeah,
they would. If they had any kind of power, you punched it, the thing would hook a hard left.
Yeah, it would go sideways because of torque steer.
Yeah,
and then they had another one. The 4-door version of it was called the Corsica.
Yep.
Oh,
I had an aunt who had a Corsica. It was funny. Mike, I had a question for you, Mikey. We're talking about we're talking about over. I was thinking in my mind oversteer, right? Like with the 930, have you punched it enough that like you've seen a lot of like turbo lag where it's just fucking kicked in and then you get a bunch of oversteer? Like, are you noticing that at all, or is it like
I've not pushed the car that hard and the car doesn't have turbo lag anymore because the engine's hopped up with a giant intercooler, and so it doesn't it hits like a sledgehammer, but it hits predictably. But no, I haven't pushed it hard enough to get the back end sideways. That's just asking for trouble in a 911 of any year model. You got to know.
Mikey, Mikey, the original 930 turbos, I remember like 75% of the ones that Vashek Polak sold out of Hermosa Beach, out of the Porsche dealership, came back with rear end damage because weren't the original 930s. They had KKK turbochargers, and they were set up like racing turbochargers. You got nothing. You got no boost until you hit like 28 or 2,900 RPM.
Oh, what a beautiful!
Yeah, and then Larry, it kicks in.
Yeah, you get 100 extra horsepower.
Dude, your mid turn, it kicks in, and then the fucking
you're in the middle,
right?
middle of the curve on Mulholland Drive, and all of a sudden you're looking
nice.
out the window and you're seeing sky.
That's how it got its name, the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Because
there you go.
Now
there's Dodger.
Dodger is the most truest stud out of all of us.
Yeah, Dodger is John Surtees.
Dodger and 10. These are really,
Dodger's a dual threat: automobiles and motorcycles.
I did that when I was 20 and 21. I used to race RZ 350s and TZ 250s.
Hey, are you supposed to wind up your automatic watches?
No, not always. Well, I do if I haven't worn it forever, I'll wind it all the way up.
I just wound this one up.
Well, it depends, Mark. I mean, you wind up your automatic, and then you sit at the computer all day. And your left wrist doesn't move. Yeah, you're gonna have to wind it again.
I've been wearing this Orange Monster for a
God.
month.
I love this watch. I just fucking love this watch.
I haven't had to wind it. I haven't had to do anything to it, and I take it off every night, put it on my desk, put it on, and just
look. He's winding it. Dodger's winding his.
Hey, which one is that?
And you can't overwind.
Is that a Coke? Is that a Coke?
No, it's Pepsi.
Pepsi?
But you can't overwind it. You'll never get it's not like a hand winder where you reach a point where it goes.
Well, yeah, well, there's the clutch, and then you shouldn't have winded into the clutch all the time either, from what I've read.
Like 35 or 45, turns or whatever you want.
Turns, yeah.
Just call it a day, because at half wind, the automatic portion of the watch is going to take over and operate the watch just fine.
Yeah.
It'll settle in where, if you wear it daily and take it off at night and put it on every day, it'll settle into where it's going to settle into.
P-Cars, let's welcome P-Cars. P-Cars, welcome to the show.
P-Cars.
P-Cars.
P-Cars is the man.
Yeah, he loves his Porsches.
Mr. 2.
MR2.
Mr. 2.
Mrs. Dodgers. That's Mrs. Dodgers, Mr. 2.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Dodge. Fiona should have converted that into a Ferrari, man. Come on.
That conversion kit. No, we could have got the Ferrari.
Oh no, that was the Ferrari conversion kit that was popular in the United States was for a Pontiac Fiero, that mid-engine Fiero.
Yeah,
because it had a plastic body to begin with. So
I had a Mr. 2. Mr. 2.
They've done them off the Mr. 2s. They've done them off the Cougars and the Fiero.
Yeah.
The
Fieros were the best looking ones, and they were easiest to mess with because the Fieros had the bolt-on plastic body panels.
Well, they're already mid-engine too.
Let me find this one.
They had a decent transaction.
Yeah, they did. I forget the company, but there was a company that made a pretty decent looking, believe it or not, 308 conversion for Fieros.
Yeah, but it still looked funky.
Mikey, what do you think?
Yeah, sure.
So, Mikey, Larry, you guys, obviously kit cars can be all the way from, just your kind of do-it-yourself, bullshit in your garage to, Larry, we were talking about the other day about AC Cobras.
You look at the Kirkham 427 and 289 replicas.
Yeah,
those are made in Poland. In fact, Dodger, we should send Dodger down to the factory there, the former Spider factory, where they make the aluminum body cover. They're the ones pictured in my avatar or whatever, my wallpaper there.
Oh, you got the right color, man. The red MRT. You gotta go red.
Yeah.
That's what is that? 91, right?
I can't remember.
And the funny thing is, the sides of that MR2 had slits just like the Testarossa.
Yeah,
because I was a bit of a fan, of tubs.
Every ball player in Cyprus had that in the 90s.
Yeah. Hey, you got
that was my first CBR as well. The bike, the CBR 1000.
Yeah, the CBR, sure.
You know,
CBR 1000, yeah. And
far
me
as-
Misty too.
As far as replicas go, though, like there are legitimate replicas, and then there were the fucking cheeseball replicas. You know.
Yeah. Anything
based on a Volkswagen Pan, and then they go from there. Those are the cheeseball replicas.
Yeah.
The real replicas are even today around $100,000 for a decent Cobra replica, or from the from the same company, a formidable supercar called the GTM supercar. Mm-hmm. I'll put that car up against any Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah, the Factory 5 GTM, yeah.
Factory 5 GTM supercar, man. That thing, I mean, you know, if you want to outdo, you put a bigger LS engine in the back.
Beautiful.
But here's the thing, Mike. A lot of people call the Pantera a kit car, but I don't believe that because you're not replicating anything. It's its own.
No. The Pantera. What people don't understand these days is we go back to the 70s. And you look at a Pantera or a Ferrari, and I had a friend who had a very high-end body shop in Redondo Beach, California. You know, those cars, you know, they were production cars, but every single one was different. I remember he had my friend had a what's that cottage, the small the British company that makes it, the Morgan. Yeah, a guy brought in a Morgan Plus 4, and my friend ordered a front fender for it. And the front fender that came from the factory was 2 inches off. Okay, so when you look at a Pantera or a Ferrari or a Morgan, those cars were essentially hand built.
Yeah,
well,
you know, I would agree with that.
They're low production. It's not like they're not stamping them out like Fords.
Well, no, they were. Jay Tomaso was the coach maker. Okay, they were an Italian sports car company, and they were as identical per car as any other car. But then they worked a deal out with Ford for the powertrain.
Right, but
from a kit car, they were every bit a complete production.
Mike, there were production cars, but there had a lot more hand assembly and hand fettling per car for each car than a Ford Falcon coming off of the Ford production line.
Off of a big giant Ford production line, sure, but I mean, if you buy a rear hatch for $10,000, by the way, which is what they sell for, rear engine cover for a Pantera, it will fit, every Pantera you stick it onto.
Right, but it's going to require more fettling than a rear hatch on a Volkswagen Rabbit. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, because I saw that. For years.
They had to kind of fine tune things,
Yeah, because again, a couple of millimeters off here and there. It wasn't like now they have fucking lasers on the assembly line and robots. You got the assembly lines that they're readjusting themselves automatically. It's like a CNC machine. So,
Mike, didn't the first Panteras have like a Ford Cleveland engine in them?
They all did.
They all did.
Yeah, and in fact, that 351 Cleveland came off of the Ford Shelby GT350 production line. So they weren't just a regular 351 Cleveland. They were a hot rod 350 Cleveland that came off the Shelby GT350 line, straight out of the Ford factory. So
we're getting a guided tour. Oh wow, there
were a few Ford GT350s that came up short on engines because their engines got shunted over to the Pantera production line. In Italy or wherever. But no, they're not kit cars. They're the farthest thing from it.
I keep hearing this, Mike. Like I keep hearing on YouTube, and obviously it's the watch community, so not all watch guys are into cars, but people calling it a kit car, and I'm like, Larry, it's like
I'm sorry, but the amount of misinformation I see about cars and about a lot of other subjects on YouTube is monumental. You got assholes who are like, I'm 67, okay? I've been a car guy since I was 3 years old. And, it's funny when I listen to some of these morons, and some of these morons have YouTube channels that are automotive channels, and they're testing new cars, they got relationships with the OEMs, and they don't know fucking shit about anything they're talking about.
Well, Larry, it's always hard to talk Pantera with Mike because most of the time people make a joke about it. But I actually want to, I like the car, right? Because like Mikey, forgive me if I'm mistaken. That car was also in Cannonball, right? Like it was not just the Countach, but I believe the Pantera was.
There was a Pantera, and but you look at like Ford. They Tomaso had a marketing agreement with Ford. I was around. I walked into Lincoln Mercury dealerships and saw new Panteras.
No, they were sold through
Lincoln Mercury dealers.
They were only sold through Lincoln dealerships, and that was one of their marketing mistakes because you walked in to this field of land yachts, which Lincoln were at the time, and then in the middle is this insane fastest car in the world at the time, 172 miles an hour, I believe.
Yeah. Speaking of Lincoln Mercury. When I was in grad school, I drove by the Lincoln Mercury had a zone office in Santa Ana, California, and I thought, well, I always wanted to work for a car company. I just barged in and got to see the guy in charge, and he took me out to lunch, and I'm like vying for a job, and he introduced me to everybody in the office. Hey, do you get along with Larry? Larry, you like this guy? Oh, by the way, we're going to be bringing in a new car. I said, I know all about it. It's the Ford Granada. You're going to call it the Lincoln Mercury. And he asked me, he said, how do you think it's going to go? I said, I think you guys aren't going to sell it. Why? Well, because that's a BMW kind of market demographic. And when a BMW buyer comes into a Lincoln dealership and he sees a salesman in a plaid jacket wearing a pinky ring, it ain't going to work. Yeah. And that's when the interview was over. That's a true story. It was like I was 99% of the way to the job until I told the boss that the Lincoln Mercury was going to be a failure because you can't sell them through fucking Lincoln dealerships.
Well, Mikey, why did you get the Pantera? Like, why was that because you were a Porsche guy? I know you had the 914 and you had other Porsches and stuff like that. Like when you were buying your Pantera, right? Why was that the one you wanted to get?
Pantera has been my favorite car of all time since I was probably 12 or 13 years old.
It's the shape, right?
No, it was the fact that when my parents got divorced and we had to go for weekends to Dad's house in Oakland, and my dad parked his little Porsche 924. He thought he was really cool. I was like, this thing can't even get.
Come on, Mike. Those were cool in the 80s, Mike. Come on, man. Like, listen, I used to love those cars.
I had a 924 turbo. That
an automatic
94 was
engine Porsche
Volkswagen parts
with 112 horsepower didn't impress me even as a.
But you guys know the origin of the 924, don't you?
It was originally like Volkswagen.
Volkswagen had the Golf, and they wanted a replacement for the Carmen Ghia, for the air-cooled Carmen Ghia, and they contracted Porsche to design a car for them.
Well, it had an Audi engine in it.
Well, yeah, because the contract stipulated that, what happened? Okay, Porsche designed the car for Volkswagen. It was going to be the new Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, the sporty Volkswagen. And then the market changed, things happened, and Porsche wound up buying the design back from Volkswagen, and they bought it back with the understanding that X percentage of parts were going to be supplied by Volkswagen. And that's why it wound up with an Audi engine and Volkswagen Audi switchgear and all that kind of stuff. And that agreement was in place for a few years. And when that agreement expired, the 944 showed up with a Porsche engine because they were contractually obligated to use a Volkswagen engine or an Audi engine for 2 or 3 years.
Well, to answer your question, Tan, when I had to go visit my father, he parked right next to this, the same color as my Porsche now, this dark, like British green Pantera in his parking garage in Oakland. And every time I'd go there, I'd be like, I'll see you in 10 minutes. And I would just sit there and stare at it and walk around it and check out that gated shifter and, look at it. And then the guy showed up one time and he popped the back and let me look at the transaxle. And dude, you see those monstrous fucking rear tires? I mean, they're bigger than fucking anything.
Oh, yeah.
And the wheels are made by Campagnolo, which is primarily known for making bicycle parts. But the wheels are made by Campagnolo. And the wiring was done, half of it was Lucas and the other half was bespoke Pantera Ford or something. But anyways, the Pantera has been my favorite car of all time since a very young age.
I have not had the chance, Larry, to like ask Mike this question, because the second you bring up Pantera, right, like 3,000 people just go after him, and I really was curious, like why he chose that car. And honestly, the era you guys are talking about Porsches is so interesting, because you got the 928 that was coming out then, where Porsche was like, oh, we'll get rid of the 911 and we'll make the 928 the car. Now, what do you guys think of the 928? I always liked the Scarface car.
I liked it.
I liked it. Yeah,
I liked it. You know, again, you know, when you talk to Porsche guys, you know, it's 911 air cooled or nothing. You know, a lot of them.
That was me. That was me. You know, if the engine's in the wrong place, what did they know Porsche?
Hey, well, you know, with Porsche guys, you know, I was in 1987. I was finishing up my MBA by visiting car companies in Europe, believe it or not, and I got a private. I went with a group of grad students, but then I also scheduled my own visit to Porsche, so I got a VIP tour. And I remember the lady's name. She was in charge of public relations. Her name was Inga Schell. And we're walking through the Porsche Museum, and I'm showing off. Oh yeah, so and so drove that car, and that car used to be owned by Waszek Polak and raced in IMSA. And she says, she asked me, well, what kind of car do you own? I said, I don't own a Porsche. She said, why not? And at the time, I was living in Southern California. I said, I don't want to be associated with Southern California Porsche owners. And she laughed and nodded. Okay, it's like again, you know. 75% of all the 930 turbos Waszek Polak sold out of his dealership came back after they were driven off a mountain, on Mulholland Drive, because people they didn't know how to drive them. You know, so it, I thought the 911 was very cool. You know, and and I liked the 944. I didn't like the 924, but the 944 and Dodger mentioned 944 turbo. I thought they were fantastic cars.
And those are also still widely raced today as in a spec.
Yeah. And what was the last? Mike, what was the last variant of the 944? Was that the 964?
I don't believe so.
It went 924, then 944, right?
Yeah, but I think internally, wasn't it known as the 964?
No, 964 is 911.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I had the 924 turbo, so it wasn't the 944. It was the 924 turbo, which is quite rare.
When I was at Porsche in 1987, they actually believe it or not, they actually let me drive a. What was that supercar they had? It was the first one with the
Carrera GT
959. They actually they let me drive a 959, but literally across the street. I drove a 959 from Works 1 to Works 2 for about 200 yards.
Because remember the story, Larry, wasn't it Bill Gates who had to get some kind of special permits and shit?
Well, the 959 was never homologated.
They changed the law for him to get that car. You know that, right?
Yeah. In fact, producer Mark is right. You know, they changed the import laws because I think Bill Gates's car, Customs kept it for like 20 years. It was 10 or 20 years before they released it.
Now, after the 944, they made another car that was 944, 924-esque. It was from
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it had, the nose was rounder.
Yeah, it looked more like a 924, honestly. But
that was in 1994.
It was after the 944, and it was I believe maybe turbo. It was higher performance, but there are very few of them.
It was funny. I was on the weekends. I was actually selling Porsches in 1994. I was doing commercial real estate during the week, and in 1994, I think that was the first year that Porsche adopted the Japanese management, and so in 1994, the prices of new Porsches went down, and the resale value of 1993 and earlier Porsches went down, and owners were pissed. But that's when you started getting the era where the noses were the same. You had the same fried egg headlights on the Boxster and on the 911s and stuff. They were, they were getting more efficient in their production.
Much later down the line, like I'm like my experience with Porsches is like 70s, and so the 912, 911, 914, and then people were fucking calling my 930 a kit car, and I'm just like, no.
They don't.
Mikey, look. Let me just clear something up, okay?
Yeah.
The stuff I hear about people ragging on you from the 930 since day one, right?
Yeah.
And look, you don't have a perfect 930. Yours is not an all original. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And a lot of people seek that, right? And people think, you're gonna have a hard time selling it because, and yeah, I mean, there are buyers that want all original. However, it's still a 930. It's still got a lot of that car in it, and there's gonna be tons of buyers that are gonna want a 930. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like
the thing is, Mike drives his cars and he races his cars, and then you got people who take their fucking new Porsches and new Lamborghinis to the weekend coffee and donuts and whatever, and they don't drive them, or they don't know how to drive them.
Larry, where I'm at, if Mikey showed up with his car and I showed up with my Lambo, people would give Mikey more props because they'd be like, you kept your fucking shit stock. This motherfucker has modded the shit out of his car, and we appreciate that. So it's just a lack of understanding for people that are.
It's like
what this is here, right? He went DD on that car.
Yeah, you should. Like, I mean, the fact that Mikey's car is modified is great. Like, a lot of people like that, right? Maybe some purists don't, but like a lot of people do. And I think people who are like, "Oh, Mikey, how much of an offer did you get?" It's like, man, like you guys don't know that's a blue chip car, no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter.
The VIN on the tub starts out with the numbers 930. Okay, that makes it worth a shitload of money just as a tub, as an empty shell. Okay, because it's a fucking 930. They're rare. And
Mikey was my next door neighbor. If Mikey was my next door neighbor, we'd have that 930 fixed up. We'd be blasting that fucker down in Nuremberg. I'll tell you now. I just wished my fantasy neighbor would be Mikey, because we get that car fixed up. We're blasting it around in Nuremberg.
Like literally, Mike. Whenever I hear people trolling you, it's like you're trolling a guy for having a blue chip car. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
not only that.
They're going to troll him for anything. That's the problem.
You got guys who don't know anything about cars trolling Mike. And anybody who knows anything about cars, you talk to Mikey for like 2 minutes, and he knows a lot about cars.
Absolutely.
A lot.
Absolutely.
Okay. And it's like, it's the funniest thing.
Example, I'm going to bring up something. You'll see. Go ahead. Keep talking, guys. I'm just
you know what I found interesting about the 924, 44, 928 generation was that the transmission / transaxle was in the back.
Yeah.
And they had I think the clutch was up front, and then they had a big torque tube that went all the way back.
Yeah, just like a Corvette. Yeah.
Well, like the newer Corvettes.
Yeah, of course, the new ones.
Old Corvettes had a transverse leaf spring and an independent rear regular drive shaft. But I thought, and Alfa Romeo did the same thing. They put the transaxle in the back to get better 50-50 weight distribution, and I that was one thing note to self. That's cool, but that was about the only thing I found cool about the front engine Porsches. The 944 was, held its own in its own right, and is still raced today in spec classes. And is very popular. Little harder to do than an MX-5, but the 944 and the MX-5 are the two most popular raced cars in the world right now because of the spec class. You can't modify them. You have to stock everything. Nobody has an advantage. And that keeps it cheap for everybody. And so, you can't have stickier tires than the next guy. You can't have more horsepower than the next guy. And you get out there for, as little as possible and get on the track and have fun. And that's what spec racing is all about. That's why the Mazda is so popular. And the 944 is the same way. The 924, No, you'll never see one in the picture because they were junk from the day one. They could not get out of their own way.
What drove you to race the 914, Mike? It's a very interesting choice, like to race in. So,
you ever
show us the picture, baby. I haven't seen it in a long time. Show me,
dude. My 914 was 13 inches wider on each side, wider than stock. It had 18 by 13 inch rear wheels, 16 by 11 inch front wheels running on Goodyear slicks, Goodyear Eagle slicks, and it had it put 325 horsepower to the rear wheels.
That's a fucking small car to have that much horsepower.
Well, it only weighed 1,700 pounds.
Jesus.
So and it was foo purple, and so.
The paint always gets me, Mike. Like the purple was it's an interesting paint color that you chose for that one.
Here's the fucking sweet engine.
I think Mike was angling for a sponsorship by a certain oil company.
No, I got a sponsorship from my neighbor who owned a cafe. And
look, I've got the right colors for royal purple.
Here's my Pantera fuel injection. That put out 656 to the rear wheels. That was also modified.
I think Mikey spends so much time sideways that his driver's side windows have windshield wipers on.
Look at that wang, Mikey. That wang.
It's a
downforce.
How did you find a trailer wide enough for that fucking thing, Mikey?
It barely fit. The rear wheels didn't fit between. I had to go on front first.
You'd have and you probably have to take the fenders off of that trailer, right?
Oh, the whole front. No, I just pushed it on, and the rear wheels just didn't touch the fenders of the trailer.
Yeah, but you couldn't get those rear wheels past the fenders on that trailer.
Mikey, we got a Porsche question here for you from Higgy, who's like very angry that we're not talking about his shitter of a Cayman. So he's asking Mikey, what would you say Porsche owners in the Archieverse equals to pure class? What do you think, Mikey? I know you're gonna.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: the 911 is Porsche's penultimate, number one car. It might not be the best design engine in the back and all, but it's always going to be Porsche's number one. A mid-engine configuration is pretty much the best, position for the engine in any kind of performance car, and the Cayman has that. But Porsche never put one of their big fat 911 engines and had the Cayman compared to the 911 because it would have outperformed the
it would have it handles better than the 911 anyway.
Well, that's what they're doing now, guys. The GT4 RS, they're putting
the GT4 RS exactly. They're doing it, but before, for many years with the Boxster and then the Cayman afterwards, they subdued them. They kept them down because they couldn't have the anything below the 911 surpassed the 911 in performance, and so it came with a smaller.
Porsche announced that the Caymans and the Boxsters are going to be EVs, and now they're backtracking on that.
Well, hold on, Larry. They came out with a hybrid 911. The S is a hybrid. They're not without spin right now.
I'm talking about BEV. I'm talking about electric.
Now, wasn't the hybrid a kinetic hybrid? Didn't it have a flywheel instead of a battery?
Honestly, I heard hybrid and I just fucking I shut the screen off. I'm man.
Me too. But
they were talking about the plan was to have, and it's still going to happen. The Cayman and the Boxster in the U.S. they're going to be pure EVs.
Oh yeah,
but they put it on hold because the EV market's dying. They're dead already. So,
but Larry, just what Mikey was talking about. He's talking about the configuration, mid-engine versus rear engine. Like the 911 is such a marvel, being a rear engine car.
Oh yeah, they made it work despite the fact that it was
exactly. But think of it now, you're telling me they're going to throw fucking electric motors into a car that's known to be a rear end. You know what I mean? Like, is it a 911 at that point? After after
yeah, well, the thing was, I remember a few months ago looking at the Porsche website. They go like, on the websites they have like inventory. So I put in Panamera, and every Porsche dealer in the United States had about 20 Panameras, and they were all discounted on their fucking dealer websites.
Yeah, that wasn't.
They can't sell the damn. Oh, not Pan. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I meant Taycan, the electric car.
The Taken.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mikey. Someone offered my friend an allocation for a GT3 if they bought the Taycan Turbo, the highest one, because nobody wants to fucking buy them. Like Larry's saying, man, it's wild. Like it's wild how it is. But
and there's a YouTuber in England. I forget his name. He bought a Taycan, and he was going to be Mr. EV, and he dumped it. He lost a bunch of money on the resale. And so he went from being pro EV to anti EV.
Yeah, but Higgy's trying to talk about like the modern era of the Cayman, but like he's talking about your era. So Higgy has the 6-cylinder Cayman. So
well, no, they were always 6s.
No, they moved to 4.
Not anymore.
They moved to a 4. Yeah, they moved to a 4.
Yeah, they've been 4-cylinders for unless you get the GT4. I mean, the Cayman and the Boxster have been 4-cylinders for the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm positive. That's why I didn't buy one, Mikey.
Yeah, that's the thing, Mikey. That's why it's
you don't get the 6. You don't get the flat 6 sound. Exactly. That happened. I think it was 4 years ago, right, Ted?
Yeah.
I know that the new GT4 has the GT3 flat 6.
Right, but that's the specialty model. We're talking about the Cayman and the Cayman S and the Boxster S.
They just came with a smaller, instead of a 3.6, they came with a 3.2 flat 6.
Right, but they got rid of that. They were 4-cylinder turbos.
I wasn't aware of that.
I did.
I wasn't aware of that about that.
That's the thing, Mike. Like, when you're going to buy a Porsche, right? Do you really want a fucking 4-cylinder? Like, come on, man.
No, hell
like
no.
Flat 6 only, Or if you want to go with a V10 like a Carrera GT, sure.
But,
like, not a fucking 4-pot in your Porsche, man. Come on, like.
Yeah. It's just.
Like for me, Larry.
The thing about it, Porsche all started with the fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
Higgy's like Tan has never shifted in third. The reality of his car is the gears are so fucking tall that I highly doubt Higgy gets out of first or second. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, they're too wide. Yeah, the Porsche gear ratios, geez, I mean, it's like
not all, but my 930 only has a 4-speed. You want to talk about tall ratio?
You're probably topping out like.
Well, it's so the smog controls and the the legislation for MPG for mileage. That you get these cars with a Porsche 7-speed manual. Fuck that! Just give me 4 or 5 speeds. That's all I need.
You want to know what
I don't even want 6 speed. I don't want a 6-speed man. I just want all I need is a 5-speed. You know what I need? I need a 40% overdrive. These cars have got 3 overdrives now, and they have a 7-speed manual.
Kind of, but like the 930.
Which one is your car, 10?
This is not my car. That's an STO. That's not my car. Mine's an Evo rear-wheel drive.
Very cool.
So Tan, well, what's your experience driving that damn thing on city streets with the how many times have you planned the front spoiler?
You know what, Larry? I've owned 2 Huracans. My first Huracan, I fucking lowered. I put it on HR. That was a nightmare. Like you're bottoming out everywhere. Everywhere. You got to be super careful. And think about driving at night, right? You don't see a dip in the road. Boom.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
It's
not great. Low in a supercar, you're gonna have to bag it and just suffer with it'll never be a race car, but at least I'll be able to raise it up and not ruin it driving it on the street.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't modify the second one.
My friend bought a new 911 Turbo. He calls me up. He's all excited. He says, there's only one thing I don't like. I said, well, you didn't buy the front end lift, did you? He goes,
oh no, come on, didn't buy the lift.
Yeah, but he did buy the carbon aero package. So he spent I don't know how many thousands of dollars replacing his front splitter twice.
Exactly, you're going to be replacing your splitter. Like I have to have the front lift. It doesn't matter if my driveway is totally fine, Larry. It's like, Mikey, when I went on A Spade Rally in 2022, you can probably find those videos, producer Mark, if you go to like A Spade Rally 2022, like day 2 or something. It's totally fine for you to play. You know, they're friends of mine and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah. So day 2 of 2022 A Spade Rally. So, you know, when we're driving these cars in the middle of the US and you're going to destinations you've never been to, like you're going to gas stations in the middle of fucking nowhere, like you need that lift or you're fucking.
I dare you guys to come to Cody, Wyoming.
I dare you to come to Northern California where I live.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey, think of San Francisco, right? The amount of hilly, like air. I don't know how the hell anybody could drive a supercar.
Well, you know, in Wyoming, you know, the roads to Wyoming, they do a really good job. You know, the potholes aren't an issue, but you know, we got more pickup trucks per capita than just about any place else, and the driveways are all designed for pickup trucks.
The driveway in and out ramps are so deep.
That's,
my car, my Porsche is the same way. It sits so fucking low that I have to 45 in and out real carefully. And even doing it really carefully, I still like clipped the inner fender well of my front fender with my tire.
There you go. There's Tan right there. You can see the old. We went to an Air Force base or like an air base or whatever.
And airplane is what my grandfather was killed in as a co-pilot.
Yeah, we went. This is at the hotel at the start of the day, and then we drove to the air base.
Ooh,
you know,
9/11.
Yeah. So explain something to me, Tan. You know, I know. I'm a car guy. I know. I've read about and watched videos. You know, these car rallies that you know, like this one that we see on the video, I guess that you were in. What I understand, I like to drive fast, okay? But I drive fast by myself, and my car is stock appearing. I don't have any decals on it. I literally go under the radar, okay? So what I don't understand is getting a bunch of supercars together, all in one group, and festooning them with decals and, you know, and race numbers and stuff, and all going out in a group and doing 120 miles an hour on public roads.
It's not the most incognito, Larry. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, the reason they have the decals is they subsidize the rally. These are sponsors, right? So they want because they know this rally, for example, is featured on Daily Driven Exotics. Stradman has been on A Spade Rally, so like you know, if producer Mark just type A Spade Rally Daily Driven Exotics, he'll find their videos of them going on A Spade Rally.
Yeah, but see, I'm old enough. See, I'm old enough. I was at the end of the first. I was at Portofino for the end for the finish of the first Cannonball Baker Sea to Shining Sea Memorial Trophy Dash, which is the full name of the Cannonball race. You know, and back then it was like, okay, it was secret. You know, nobody knew about the race until it was over. You know, and you know, and you tried to make it coast to coast, you know, as fast as you could, and then it became, you know, hey, look at me. You know, and
Larry, I think the big difference is Cannonball is not a business, right? Like it's a
there was no money.
It's for personal achievement, right? Yeah, it's like four of
us.
It
was the whole genesis was Brock Yates, who was an editor of Car and Driver at the time. He was pissed off at the national 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, and he did it to prove that speed doesn't kill. That was the whole idea of the original Cannonball Run.
One year that race was won by somebody in like a bone stock like Mercedes that he outfitted out with gas tanks that filled every orifice in the back seat. That was just like a few years ago. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when they originally started this thing.
Yeah, way back when they had the.
Mark, you want some behind the scenes details of DDE at A Spade Rally?
Yeah,
sure, brother.
So when I went to A Spade in 22, so DDE wasn't on that rally. There was a guy from DDE that rode with us from Toronto up to close to the U.S. border. He I don't know if you're familiar with the channel. He's known as Mad Whips. He has a Porsche. If you ever seen A Spade Rally where the bumper falls off, that's his car, Mad Whips. So he was with us.
Right.
But, so anyways, so I was with I was telling this to Mark, like the media guys on the rally were a bit younger. They're Indian guys, so I got along with them.
Yeah.
And I asked them because
Right.
they've been to all the rallies with DDE, and they would say that the biggest issue with DDE was like, you know, I mean, Damon and Dave, they're making content, right? So they're up on the fucking rooftop doing donuts while everyone's eating like dinner downstairs or whatever. And you could kind of tell that like they do these things to obviously, you know, create content. And so not every kind of what Larry was talking about. I don't want to attract too much attention to myself when I already got a shitload, and they were kind of amplifying it. So there were some people that didn't like that. Yeah, there were some people that didn't like that.
A lot of people didn't like DDE because they disrespected the cars. You know, in the way they drove them into the ground. But that's their shtick. You know, and nobody else does it. And so everybody wants to see you do it. Everybody, you know, when somebody sees a Lambo, the first thing they would wish somebody would do is go out there and do a couple triple donuts in the middle of the intersection in town.
Hey, Mikey, this channel is a big fan of DDE.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I love
and Damon watches this channel. So.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. We can be critical.
They do what you did to your Porsche. You know,
they want to, Mikey. They want to see this, Mikey. They want to see this.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. No, that was my point. I wasn't saying anything negative about DDA.
No. I know.
Yes.
Well, it's like, you know, it's your thing or it's not your thing. You know,
Larry, let me tell you a story about this scene specifically. So. DD is doing all these donuts, right? And then what ends up happening is Damon shreds his tires so bad, and he's got to go on the tail of the dragon, like literally. And the tail of the dragon is like 318 curves in 11 miles. I'm familiar with it. And DD hates driving slow, so you know they've got this dilemma. And if you watch this series of A-Spade Rally, Mark, I highly recommend you guys watching DD's A-Spade Rally trip because that's what got me to go on the trip. Is like day one. Yeah. So what they end up doing, Mark, is they end up going to a Porsche dealership to source tires because Damon's tires are completely fiked. You know, from doing something. That's what he's looking at right now. His tires. He's looking at his tires right now. He's like, shit, my tires are fiked. Like I gotta go to the tail of the dragon in like an hour. Like fuck.
I got to give them kudos, man. I got to give them kudos for them to bring daily videos fully edited.
100%.
I mean. You know, we've been doing streams in the last couple of days, and both me and Larry were like burned out almost. But these guys, holy shit! I mean, you know, especially YouTubers like Archie and daily, man. It takes a lot of balls to do that, bro.
The thing that's different, you know, the thing that's different nowadays is exactly what we're looking at. You know, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you know. When I was in high school and college, you know, my friend and I would go to Avis Rent-A-Car because you could rent a brand new Corvette, and we'd tear the shit out of it up.
I gotta tell you a story about this confetti after you're done, Larry.
In California, but you know, the difference now is people go on YouTube like these guys, and what they do with their cars is specifically designed to get clicks and views, and that's the difference.
Of course.
Because nobody
that's the whole point.
20 years ago, you couldn't find a Lamborghini owner who would be doing donuts because you'd find a Lamborghini owner who would be going faster on a mountain road, but nobody's going to be doing burnouts in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari.
That's the whole point of it's content. You got to create content.
Yeah, that's my point. That's exactly what I'm saying. You have the cars and you have car guys, but now you have this hybrid of car guys who are supposed to be car guys, but they're more content creators, and what they're doing with their cars is for content, not for the love of cars.
It's a business. When we did our rally over here,
absolutely, it's a business.
You know, there were guys, and they said it. Hey, you know what? If you want to be driving slow and nice and timid, you know, stay at the back. Stay away from us. You know what I'm saying? We'll
you know what, Mark, you're going down a bullshit road here because I drive the Beartooth Highway up here. Okay,
Larry, I'm talking about the rally we had. Larry.
It doesn't have any guardrails. I'd like to see half of these candy asses come up here and fall off the road.
Larry,
you know, most of these guys don't drive well. Some of them do, but most of them don't.
Larry, I'm talking about our rally. I'm not talking about anybody else's rally.
I'm just being general, okay?
No,
Most
you
guys
know,
go five.
you're in general, but you know, even with these rallies that we have, there are a lot of people that come on, and they have YouTube channels, right? So they
Yeah.
are driving. They are driving accordingly. They have their GoPros and their Insta 360s mounted, and you know they're
half
trying
of
to
them are
get the
driving
roller
it
shots.
over. Yeah, how many
Huh?
YouTube videos have I seen with guys in hypercars, and you know, and the video is who's that guy? Who's the guy with the Vin Wiki? How many videos has he posted of himself getting pulled over on rallies? You know, it's like
I like that guy's. I like that guy's channel just for the story.
I like him too, but the point is that yeah, I'm not going out. I'm not driving fast for the specific purpose of getting pulled over. I'm avoiding cops.
No, you're not okay, but the thing is, you know, the thing is, some YouTubers,
Like you said, it's a business.
hold on, Larry, hold on. Listen, when DDE gets pulled over, that's another 250,000 views. Understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly what I do. That's not my. That's the opposite of my thing.
That's why we tell the people, if you guys want to drive slow, you stay at the end.
It's got nothing. It's got nothing to do with driving slow, because I can drive fast, but I drive smart. Okay, I've been pulled over at 135 miles an hour in Nevada, and I walked away from that traffic stop with a fucking warning. Okay, I'm doing the opposite of what these guys are doing.
I know, but I'm talking about our fucking rally, Larry.
What is your rally? I didn't know you sponsored a rally. Which one is your rally?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I just showed you fucking 30 videos of that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm going to send you some photos in a second, Mark. So
I
want to talk about the confetti that you got here. So a big part of rallies is doing pranks on cars.
Yeah,
and
right. I've seen the DDE pranks.
Yeah, I got a couple of photos. I'm hopefully trying to get to Mark here in a second, because my phone is just for some reason taking, like, these photos are really old, so it's taking a bit to like just download. But one of the big pranks was like a confetti cannon, and what was happening on the McLarens was when people would shoot the confetti at the car. And you can see where he's showing the confetti is kind of in the in the air ducts and all this other stuff, right? So what would happen is it was getting into the vents and potentially even causing like fire hazards. So when I went on, So Mikey, when I went on my rally in 22, like when we showed up in Kentucky at one of the car meets, somebody had a fucking confetti cannon. Oh my God, hit a McLaren and it just fucking popped off. People were mad. You know, and just not happy about it, right? So it's just there's a lot of like
this is what I'm trying to tell Larry. Larry's trying to talk about him driving in a goddamn rally. We're not talking about you. We're talking about people that are in the rally.
Mark, you're missing my point. I go out and drive fast by myself for just the enjoyment of doing it. Okay, I would never drive fast in a rally because that just draws attention from police and other undesirables. That's all.
Larry, I am not talking about your driving. I'm talking about the rallies over here.
I know
you're not trying to get attention. I'm not trying to get attention. But there are people that want to get attention.
Yeah. So because I don't drive cars for business as a business. Okay, I'm not trying to create content and clicks and make money off of it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
DD did that too, Ken. Remember?
These cars are
I'm sending you a few photos here of like pranks on the rally, right? Like So you can pull them up if you have they're coming to your WhatsApp, Mark.
I know they're coming to the WhatsApp, but I don't have my WhatsApp connected to the.
John, give me I'll pull them up because I have them. I can.
Pull them up.
Here, let me just share my screen real quick. Percent.
You know, most of DDE's cars are leased as well. So they send them back thrashed, and they just say, you know, give us a ticket when it's all back to like, you know, perfect, and pay it. And they don't care. It's just part of it's an expense. It's business. Because that's their thing. They take their cars out. They drive them the way everybody wishes the way.
Exactly. They drive it. We're talking about them. We're not talking about us over here, guys. What Mikey,
this is the thing that happens. You go for lunch and you come back and your car looks like this.
Right. Imagine, Larry, you're going out there and somebody sticks a dildo on the back of your car. What you gonna do then?
That doesn't happen in Wyoming.
These fuckers did to me, man. Look at these fuckers did to me.
Look at that
Pontiac Fiero, like you know. There's more here. This is what they put on my fucking car, like Fiero with his chick with some titties, like.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, like guys, like this is all kinds of. You got Butt Pro, like just all kinds of fucking.
Yeah.
Like, and then my buddy's like his GT3 RS. They put a for sale sign on it as well, right? Like it's just shit like this you see like on the rallies.
There was one, somebody put a sticker on it, open for test drives.
Yeah, just shit like that, man.
It's free ride. Keys are in it. Take it
No, they do. I've been to some crazy rallies, Larry, and they do crazy stuff. You wouldn't be able to survive a day in those kind of rallies. So
they're tough, man.
In what sense, survive the pranks or survive the driving?
The pranks and the fucking driving, because you are sophisticated, but these guys, they're out there trying to make content, and we're not guys. We're not talking about DDE
like Larry.
We're talking in general.
I remember going to like Lake Placid. We entered Lake Placid. And I'm following a guy with a Ferrari F12. And this motherfucker, we're in a construction zone. He is hopping the curb. I'm like, there's a fucking Ferrari F12. They don't care. As long as they get they don't care. Like,
it's all for content. And I understand that it's a business, but
this guy out here, I'm not going to share his pictures because we're in the same town. He brought a brand new. Larry.
Yeah. What?
This mother lover brings a brand new C8, right? First rally we're doing, right? We're doing Chicago to fucking Iowa. Okay. This guy crashes the car. First day, the car had 9 miles on it when he brought it over when we started, Dan. And he crashed the car about 78 miles heading towards Iowa.
Oh, man. The amount of people, guys, that use the shoulder, and all you see is like tire blowouts just because there's all these nails on the shoulder.
Exactly.
There was this one guy who went on the tail of the dragon, not in the tail of the dragon. He went on the back of the dragon. So we started in the back of the dragon, which is in Virginia. And he ends up like fucking side-swiping his F-Type into the fucking barrier. Yeah, because what he's trying to do, he's driving this like fucking 3,000-pound boat, Jag, and he's trying to keep up with like Porsches and McLarens, and just like, obviously his car is not going to drive as fast as those cars will, and then boom, just wrecks his car because he's a fucking idiot.
Well,
right.
The idiots that just don't realize when you get into a giant, flat, wide hypercar that has very little suspension travel and it's really stiff, and you go to try to hoon it, it's not like getting in your old Camaro and getting sideways, man. When you lose it in that thing, you've lost it for good. You're heading for a tree, you're heading for a guardrail, you're heading for the car next to you, and what was that comedian fucking guy who he took a LaFerrari or a one of the
yeah.
At the end of a fucking parking lot because it was just
and I was just watching this shit the other day.
Or what about
it was in the movie Friday.
No.
Friday? Are you talking about Ice Cube or Chris Tucker?
No. The comedian.
Chris Tucker is the comedian.
Who's the other comedian? Black comic. He's done movies. He almost.
Larry, that's not very specific, Larry. Like
no. But Brian Hart, is it Hart? What's the guy's name?
I'm forgetting his name, but
he had a
Eddie Griffin. Eddie fucking Griffin.
No.
There you go.
Eddie Griffin. I'm pulling up the video.
I'm thinking about the short black comic. I think his last name is Hart, isn't it?
Kevin Hart.
What? Kevin Hart. Yeah, he totaled he had a custom Mopar convertible, and he crashed it into a telephone pole, and he hurt like 2 or 3 of his passengers. He almost killed himself. Yeah.
Well, that's worse than Eddie Griffin. All Eddie Griffin did was just like
turn the car,
underestimate the car, and drive it off the edge of a parking lot and down into fucking like stairwell.
Well, what about the 2 guys that killed themselves in that Porsche Carrera GT?
Paul Walker, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I think
was that on old tires or cold tires or both?
No, it was Paul Walker's, like, it was his.
Here's the video. Here's the video.
It appears Griffin is okay, and he just joked about it.
Well, he was just doing cones,
Man, he was doing autocross and just straight fucking full sends into the
straight. The car didn't even turn. The car, and you know why? Right? You know why that happened? Because it was early in the morning. The tires were not warm. There was no grip on the tires.
Just oversteers into the fucking, or understeers into the fucking area.
I mean, just look at he's going. The tires are turned, right, but the car.
Yeah, it's understeer. It's understeer.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. I mean, had the tires been warm,
what
could have done it.
I like Eddie Griffin, man. Fuck, I haven't heard of that guy.
Yeah, I love Eddie Griffin.
I would argue he still would have crashed, even with.
What's Eddie Griffin? And the other guy is, oh my God, he was in.
See, what Mikey would have done is Mikey would have pulled the fucking handbrake up and just let it oversteer and just slide through, man. I would
have pulled the handbrake.
Hit the barrier parallel. That's the trick.
Well, on the racetrack, the first thing they tell you, if you lose it, you go both pedals in. You go clutch and brakes, and then your car is going to go straight. It's not going to. You're not going to drift, roll backwards back into the middle of the track. And get the guy behind.
I didn't. Eddie Griffith did it at Irvindale Raceway. That's where Jay Leno was in that Hearst Hemi under glass drag car when he was in it when it flipped. Remember that? Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I remember Hemi under glass. I saw it.
The car was still around, and the owner of it, he brought it to Jay Leno, and he gave him a ride in it at Irvindale. But they were in the infield, and so he actually got up on the banking, and he launched it, and the car wasn't straight, and the car flipped with Jay Leno in it. You can see videos on YouTube. Yeah, Jay Leno does a 360. There's an axial roll in that thing.
Jay Leno, man, I'd love to be Jay Leno. I'll tell you that. His car collection and his appreciation for cars and what he's done for cars, especially.
Oh yeah, he almost got his face burned off by a steam car, and then 2 months after that, he got clotheslined driving his Indian motorcycle with a sidecar. He turned into a parking lot, and he didn't see the cable that was struck across the entrance.
Oh, that's a good way to lose your.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone and a couple of ribs, and then he was doing a gig somewhere, I think in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a few weeks ago, and he decided to take a shortcut to a restaurant, and he decided to walk down a 60-foot high hill and tripped, landed on his face.
Yeah, what Dodger's talking about, Larry, is because I think, Larry, you mentioned you have a Mustang, right?
Yeah.
Dodgers talk about lift off oversteer, where you're like you lift off the acceleration and the car just oversteers.
Oh yeah, especially because I have a live axle on mine. I have maximum motorsport suspension components and stuff. But
I think that's where you see most of the crashes when it's Mustangs peeling out of car meets. They're hitting the gas so hard and then boom, they lift off. Because they're scared and then the car's sideways, or they do the other way around, which Mikey was saying, hit the brakes. I mean, on a racetrack or on the street, you do not hit the brakes. Like you point that car where it's going, and you fucking you throttle.
You drive your way out.
You feather that throttle. You do not like.
Well, it's the same thing with flying. You learn that you're piloting an airplane and you have a problem with it. You're going to crash. You fly until the plane stops moving. You got to fly through the crash. It's the same thing with the car. The lift off oversteer. I mean, that's like Tan. You just mentioned the most two common mistakes. Guys don't know when they experience either understeer or oversteer. They don't know what to do. They give up. Oh,
and then there's old 911s where
Larry,
you turned right to go left and you turned left to go right. They didn't turn.
Okay, now you're quoting the movie Cars. No, I'm kidding you. Yeah,
no,
Larry, you turn right to turn left, which is true.
They turned was Larry, they were in a slightly oversteer condition in the turns at all times, every turn.
And Larry,
Mike.
What is it with? What is it with Mustangs and crashes, and why are they
mostly idiot drivers?
Yeah,
literally,
and too much power.
Again, it's like you go to a car. Why is that? I don't understand why people have to show off like that. They're leaving and guys with Lambos do this too. You go to any Cars and Coffee meet.
You know what, Larry? It's easy with the Lambo though, because most of the Lambos you're going to see are all-wheel drive, right? So you can literally just fucking punch it because you're not worried that the car is going to go sideways. It's the rear-wheel drive ones like mine. That's why I bought my car rear-wheel drive. It's like, well, fuck, I'm no pussy. I want to slide it around. I want to have a bit of fun with it, right?
Yeah.
So that's fine. But
but you have to. It's just funny because everybody needs to show off when they're leaving the parking lot.
Yeah, when they're pulling out for sure, and everybody guns it and gets a little sideways.
Well, they're saying I'm going to pull out of here.
Gets out, gets
well,
away.
it's like even here in Cody, Wyoming, you got high school kids, and they're drag racing down the main street in Cody at 1:30 in the morning, when every cop is within a half a block of downtown bars, right? And I asked them, I substitute taught for a while, and I asked these kids, I go, why do you speed in town? You can drive 2 minutes out of town. You're in Park County, Wyoming, with 6 deputies on patrol. You can go 150 miles an hour for 10 miles, and you're not gonna see a cop. There's something about doing it in front of the law or doing it in front of other people.
Perfect example just got shown.
Or like this stuff, you take over a street takeover.
I never understood these takeovers. Like I never got it.
No,
we have a lot of that in Chicago.
What wasn't this a Cali thing?
These two cars will meet.
Or take some people out, one or the
or
other.
both.
Eventually, if they keep going for long enough.
Yeah, but with people standing around like this, it reminds me of the old rallies. Old rally racing in Europe.
Where
you got the on public roads.
And the Killer Bees, man, one of the most ultimate cars. That class was killed because it was too fast to race. They were called Killer Bees.
Group B,
the Lancia Delta S4, the Audi Quattro, the Metro had a little all-wheel drive crazy fucking car. And
Peugeot had one too.
Lancia had a number. They had 3 different rally cars they were racing at the time. They had the one, I forget what it's called, but it looked just a little pointy, real sexy little thing.
Are you thinking about the Stratos? The Lancia Stratos?
Yeah, it had a Ferrari transverse V6 Ferrari engine in it, and you could barely even fit in that car. They were so dinky. But those guys were so fucking fast. The Lancia Delta S4 had a 1300cc engine, both supercharged and turbocharged, and when cranked up, could put out 1100 horsepower. All-wheel drive, did 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds in the dirt. Okay. They were fucking crazy. They were Formula One cars with a fucking fiberglass Toyota Tercel body put on top to make it look like, whatever car they were trying to emulate. And there were too many people killed, too many accidents that happened. When Ori Toinovin was killed in a Delta S4 on this crazy road, there were accusations that Lancia was using the frame rails as extra fuel, they were cheating and filling.
That reminds me of Smokey Yunick, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And
I love that. When there was that one NASCAR race where they accused Smokey of cheating because he didn't make enough fuel stops, and so NASCAR you checked the car after the race, checked Smokey's car after the race. And they took the gas tank out of it, and Smokey says, "Fuck you," and he drove off because the rules didn't say how long the fuel line could be.
So
Smokey had like a half-inch fuel line that was like 26 yards long.
There's another guy who in NASCAR who had an engine that was obviously like a cheater engine. It was too big to cubic inch wise. So after he won the race, he just like put it in neutral and floored it and grenaded the motor.
Yeah, grenaded it. Yeah,
there was no autopsy left to be done.
Well, that was like you talk about cheating. Michael Schumacher in Monaco. They're qualifying, coming in the qualifying, and his pits radio him and say, "It looks like so and so is going to beat he's going to beat you." So Schumacher he just stops in the middle of the track.
Well, who did that to Hamilton? The fucking
that was, and they red flagged the qualifying, and Schumacher was top qualifier.
Hamilton's partner did exactly the same thing. Years later. When he was in jeopardy of losing his pole, he just kind of like off the track and had to back out onto the track, causing a yellow, which fucked Hamilton's. He was on a he was in the middle of the fastest lap. Sector 1 fastest, Sector 2 fastest, Sector 3 yellow, red. Exactly. If you're not cheating, you're not winning, man. Oh yeah. I mean, that's probably the rule in racing. But like, you know what, Toyota in NASCAR, they got busted because they all get given restrictor plates and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they hand those out. The restrictor plates come from NASCAR. Yeah, you got to use that. You don't make your own. Yeah. They had other ways of making more horsepower illegally, like with fuel and stuff. But what they did was they had a magnet they put on the backside of the gas pedal, so it wouldn't go down. The gas pedal would not go all the way to the floor. Yeah. And so when they dynoed it and they tested it, everything was all sano. As soon as the race started, they just pulled the magnet off the backside of the gas pedal, and now it went an extra quarter inch, and they get an extra 25 horsepower out of the deal. Yeah. And, they got busted for that, like seriously busted. And then also there were a lot of NASCAR. It was funny. I think they put a NASCAR cheat into the movie Ford versus Ferrari, because there's that scene where they're going to Le Mans for the first time and Ken Miles can't go because Ford doesn't want him to drive, and he comes into Shelby's office at the airport and he's like, "Here's what we do. We put these wooden wedges into the suspension, and so then we get the minimum clearance. And as soon as we start driving, the little wooden wedges fall out of the springs, and then we're a half-inch lower." And I think that was actually a NASCAR cheat that guys would do. They lift their cars up to minimum clearance with little pieces of wood. And it was like, the NASCAR guys they would use shot as ballast in the frame rails and then dump it on the racetrack. Well, like so you had real marbles along with the rubber marbles, Today, all the NASCARs have templates they put over the bodies to make sure they're all identical. Oh, and they measure them with lasers now too. Yeah, and the rear wings are critical. And one thing that they did on purpose was, they passed spec, they get out on the track, and the first thing you do is have their teammate bump them in the back and bend the wing up a bunch, give them in a whole bunch of extra downforce, and then they can. What can they say? They win the race, and they say, "Well, I got rear-ended." It's like, fuck. Yeah. What can I do? And Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Dale Earnhardt Sr. died, I believe, because he was known for cutting his shoulder belts. He had a knife. He carried a knife with him. He didn't like those shoulder belts because he liked to be able to look back and that's why his relatively mundane crash ended. Yeah, I watched that race when it happened. But the thing too is Dale didn't like wearing full face helmets. He didn't like wearing the what was the Han device? Yeah. Well, the Hans device came out after Dale because
but I remember he refused to wear a full face helmet.
Yeah,
that was one of the problems that crashed. Weren't the drivers before the Hans device? Didn't they like buckle their helmets with a strap to the seat, to the headrest?
I don't know,
to prevent their necks from snapping.
I'm not sure about
that. I find it really funny listening to this, and it's like, if you think 30, 40 years before then, like think of like the Mille Miglia and all these like races that were like straight up in the public domain, and people are just fucking no helmets, no nothing. They're hitting
no seatbelts, no seatbelts.
They're hitting civilians. Like it's some crazy
shit. Back then, it was preferable. People thought it was better to get thrown out of the car.
Yeah, just crazy shit, man. Like,
you hope you didn't burn to death.
Well, like my favorite cars are the Can-Am and Formula 5000 cars. The Porsche 917B. The 1100 horsepower V16 or flat 16. It was blue and yellow, and it just like so dominated Can-Am. They
the Penske.
They banned it from the class.
Well, the thing you bring up these Can-Am cars and 917s and stuff. I remember reading about, like, say, the 917 when I was a kid, and the first time I saw one in person, I couldn't believe how small it was. That goes for all the race cars. You see them on television when you're a kid, and you go, "Oh, that's pretty cool." You see them in the movie Le Mans, and then when you see a 917 in person, it's a fucking go-kart. You got to be a midget, to be a professional race car driver. You can't be a big guy.
Remember the Mazda 787B, green and orange one that just sounded more glorious than anything known to me.
Yeah, they won Le Mans with that, right? They came in first place with that car.
Oh yeah, they won Le Mans 1-2, I think 2 years in a row, and then they banned rotary engines like outright after that. But man,
I remember when the RX-7s were big in IMSA. Those the rotary engines. They were the loudest, most painful things to listen to.
You know what? Okay, you ever heard of Zach?
Yeah, Mike. I just want to say something. Can I say something?
Sure.
10, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
There is nobody in this entire YouTube world like Larry or Mike with the knowledge that these two guys have.
Yeah, 10 does. 10 does very well.
No, 10 is 10. Oh yeah, I gotta agree with 10 is easy because
I'm a lot. You guys got 10, 20 years on me, so I still got a lot to learn on myself.
Have you ever heard of Zach Speed? Remember Zach Speed?
Yeah, Zach Speed, sure.
The Zach Speed Capri and the Mustang 2.
Hey, Larry, did you say 2 hours today?
Yeah, I know.
We're 3:45.
Yeah, this reminds me of Marcelo time at my 24 hours.
Bro, we got we got a show tonight at 8, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy. I have a bunch of car guys on right now.
Right. All right. Listen, even if I end this, because I gotta leave, I gotta go get some grocery shopping done. I'll just let the stream run.
Well, I gotta go. Well, I can't stick around.
I gotta go too. I actually have to go see a client before 8 o'clock tonight.
I do love
you. Gotta go what?
Though.
I actually have to go drop in on a client. So
okay. Tonight we're gonna be talking about Syria, the war, and all that's going on over there. I think that's pretty interesting. What do you think, Tan?
I don't really like politics.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So
good. Me neither.
It's kind of funny. You're saying don't talk bad about. Don't talk. Don't alienate anybody. You don't talk about politics.
No. We're talking public domain. Something that's going on in the world. Something that may affect us in the future.
Sure.
But that may or may not even be the topic. Remember,
I think you should do Bay Area Paranormal because Mikey has a lot of paranormal experience.
I think we're doing Bay Area Paranormal. I'm going to have my man, I got
Mikey. I always told Archie, I'm like, you know what? If you're going to pivot, you should do like live streams from like Australia's most haunted hotels, like overnight live streams of that kind of shit, like. Because it'd be fun. Archie's like, I'm not scared of ghosts or whatever. So I was like, it would just be funny to see. Like,
It'd be
Yeah,
funny.
or you could do aliens in the outback.
Yeah, like our aliens or some shit. Like,
Aliens
Swamp gas in Brisbane.
Like Larry, I want you to stick a GoPro on your Mustang and drive around and show us video of.
Yeah, I could do that. In fact, you know, I did that with Lux a couple of Christmases ago. I stuck my phone because I don't have. You're going to send me a GoPro, but I stuck my phone.
I need you to order. I need you to order.
I suction cupped my phone into the windshield of my car. I drove all around Cody and Park County, I think, for about 2 or 3 hours, just experimenting with how it would work on a live stream. It actually worked pretty well. I was surprised because we have a lot of dead spots out here. But anyway, I'm going to have to get going because I actually have to clean up and have to go see a client because it's already almost 2 o'clock or 1:44.
Oh, good, Mark, we'll be back at 8 o'clock anyways. So
yeah,
we'll see it. We'll see it.
Great talking to you, Tan and Dodger and Mike
love it,
everybody else.
Larry, I'm going to call you. Okay, I'm going to call you in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, hey, Dodger, we'll talk soon. We'll have to do a private stream, okay?
Dodger,
that'd be good.
All righty.
Yeah, I'll be dungeoning tomorrow. Hopefully, one viewer.
You know what? Tomorrow, what time? What time?
I don't know, Tan. What's that morning show in about?
Dodger can do a dungeon.
Now hold on. Dungeon. That's Archie's channel, right?
Yeah, it's Archie's channel.
Okay, we'll jump on over
No. Archie said me and Shiroko can use
he don't want us over there.
channel. He won't get involved. It's nothing to do with Archie, the dungeon. I got the video to prove it. I'll play the video tomorrow. Well, in about 10 hours. In about 10, 11 hours.
All right. Well, tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, fuck. Tomorrow I got to go pick my uncle up.
Oh, that's okay, man.
Yeah, well, that's in the evening. But, we have to get ready. Because in our culture, we have to get ready to go to the airport fucking 4 hours before we go to the airport. Right, Tan?
Yep.
You know how the deal is.
That's for sure. You probably get texted 100 times to see if you're on your way 4 hours.
God,
early,
oh my God. Right now, my mom is cooking like 15 dishes for them.
A shit shower and shave. Is that a shit shower and shave you need to do for 4 hours?
No. It's a cultural thing, brother. You will never understand it.
Okay. Dodger understood when he was in New York, and I kept updating him like, "Hey Dodger, I'm at the hotel. Hey Dodger, I'm going to get a meal," because I was supposed to meet Dodge because I had the keys to the hotel room for him.
Right.
And I was constantly updating him on that stuff. So it's like just over planning Dodge is what it means.
I was well up to date.
Hello, Dodger. Hello, Mike.
Hello, chap. Hello, chaps.
Yeah, I want to give Dodger credit for being an OG when it comes to automotive and motorcycle knowledge as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dodger is quite the OG.
But I listen. I have the secret weapon. I have Larry.
Oh yeah. Well,
if anybody opens their mouth, then I just unleash Larry, right? Larry.
Hey, Mikey.
And then I just shut my mic off. I go,
No. One of the coolest things I'll never forget when Mikey and I were getting to know each other. We were talking cars, and we took over a watch stream, and Mikey said we were talking about Cobras. And Mikey said, yeah, they were all straight axle, live axle. I go, no, they weren't. And Mikey was sure they were, and I was sure they weren't. And I said to Mikey, well, I know. I met Carroll Shelby 3 times, and I was at Shelby American in Nevada. And then Mikey looked it up. Yeah, they were all IRS. So that was when Mikey and I were proving to each other that we both knew something about cars.
Yeah.
Straight axle Cobras. I'll never forget that. That was fun.
So straight axle, and then like the later year Cobras had
No. That's the argument we got into. They were all IRS.
Oh, were they? Okay. Yeah,
that was the argument we got into. That was precisely what you said the first time. No, they were all IRS. The early 289s were 260s, and they had Worman sector. The first 50 or so had Worman sector steering boxes before they went rack and pinion. But yeah, they were all IRS.
That's weird. They all had transverse front and transverse leaf rear springs.
The 289s, yeah. Yeah, the 260s and the 289s. And the 427 was like the first car that was actually designed with the aid of a computer. Ford brought their engineers on.
Round tube frame, two round tubes front to back.
But the 427 was 4-inch diameter, and the 289 was 3-inch diameter. That's how they got some extra stiffness there.
They really started getting it together and getting serious when they made the GT40. Then that's when the era
Eric Broadley.
I mean, I think the GT40 was clocked at like 239 down the Mulsanne.
Yeah, it was something outrageous like that. It was over. I know it was over 222.
Yeah, it was way over that. It was like 240 or something.
Yeah. That part of the Ford versus Ferrari movie was correct. The biggest problem they had was brakes, and Phil Remington came up with that way to quick change the entire hub assembly with the rotor.
Yep.
And that was 50% of winning Le Mans was being able to swap out the entire brake.
I think both Porsche and Ferrari had issues with keeping their cars on the ground as well.
Yeah. But later on, many decades later, my favorite was the Mercedes PLK. Yeah.
Larry, you want to continue the stream for another maybe an hour with Mikey?
No, I really got to go. I just find it tough to stop talking to cars. So I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye, Dodger.
Goodbye, Larry. We'll talk offline, yeah?
Mark,
take care.
Thank you. Hey, listen. We're going to be doing a stream right after Archie tonight. So jump on. All right, Mikey?
Yeah, if I can, I will.
It's past my bedtime. I'm
Take
afraid.
care
You got it,
I'll send you an email, Dodger.
Take care, Larry. Take care, Mark.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. Larry, I'm going to call you in 1 second.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm going to get off now, and you call me in a couple of minutes, Mark.
Yeah. All right, brother.
Okay.
All right, ending the stream. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you tonight, and we will see you all in another 5 hours. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We are out of here.
We're out of here.
All the best.
All right.
Thanks for checking out our official Producer Mark YouTube channel. Lots of great content here, and videos are uploaded regularly. So click the subscribe button and keep up to date with the latest videos.